Today, how will this bonkers of an offseason affect the hobby? We preview 2025 Parkhurst. Grading at the National is going to be very spendy, plus a whole lot more. Welcome back to episode 409 of the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, presented by our good friends at Upper Deck.
It's your friendly neighborhood hockey-loving goofballs. Welcome to the Gong Show.
Hello, Hobby family. Welcome back to the Gong Show. Happy Monday to everyone. Hope you had an awesome holiday weekend. Happy Canada Day first, and then America's 250th for the 4th of July.
That's a big one.
Yeah, 250.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show. Troy LeCastro, our good friend from Dave and Adams, the Death Star.
Oh, everyone. Oh, jeez. We're back on that. Oh, my God. Come on. Listen, I shared a post with you guys, and I saw that you were finally a part of a post too. So,
oh yeah. Hey, if you're not getting it from the comments, you're doing something wrong, dude. I mean, that's
so true. So yeah, happy belated Canada Day to Phil, and then of course, happy 4th of July weekend. Happy birthday, America 250. So happy to be back. Happy to be back, fellas. Thanks for the invite.
Heard you had a big barbecue for the 4th of July. Nana approves, huh?
Yes. So yeah, right before we went live here, I got a call from Nana, so I had to make sure everything was okay because she doesn't typically just randomly call me out of the blue like that too often. She's okay. She just wanted to give me the stamp of approval and tell me that I did a great job hosting yesterday. So first barbecue at the house under the belt, success.
Nice. Hi Phil, how are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing good. Bob Louie's here, but he's not here. He lost his internet, which is at his house, which is a little bit important when you're doing something like this, kind of a key ingredient, we'll call it, for a podcast. And so he's in my kitchen doing the slides. So that's where Bob Louie is today. A few things before we get started. Oh, Troy, I wanted to ask you about the draft. So you were heavily involved. Was it a week or two ago now in the NHL draft? It was, of course, in your hometown, Buffalo. What was that experience like?
Huge personal, professional goal for me, and just a big week professionally, something to check off the bucket list. And we did the draft with Bedard in Nashville, but it's different, obviously, having it in your own backyard. So we teamed up with Upper Deck, we teamed up with the NHLPA. We hosted a couple events at our retail store that were awesome. Fans and myself got to interact with Michael Misa and Zane Parekh. And then the next night, thanks to the NHLPA for providing the Strome brothers, Binnington, and Josh Stone, who I got to talk a lot about cards with. Joseph Wool and Scotty Upshaw were there as well. And, Scotty and Joseph are already into the hobby. So talking to them about cards, it was a great educational and actual they knew what they were talking about, right, when it comes to cards. And then the other guys were just phenomenal sound bites as well, though. They were just they were very good about when I asked them questions about cards. They had some really really nice answers, for some of the customers that we have at our retail store to hear, and some other folks. And then the actual day of the draft, of course, too, going down, and one side of our team did some content with some people in the plaza, and then obviously getting into the media room and being able to ask the number one pick a sports card, hockey card related question was just personal high for me, professional high for me. So it was a lot of fun.
Do you think that the hobby got good promo as a result? It seems like there was a lot of integration into the draft from Upper Deck's perspective. So do you think overall it was a pretty good commercial for collecting hockey cards?
Yeah, I think so too. I do agree with that. What I was saying is, I know like the team at Upper Deck who do like the social now, who do the Instagram and TikTok and everything like that. I think they've got their finger on the pulse now of kind of what works in terms of the content that you put out. So I think they did a lot of great content surrounding the draft and surrounding the events we had that they were able to put out and obviously shine some light and give the hockey hobby a spotlight for sure. And, obviously we talked about like Kyle was there too, King of the Cards. So, he did his thing too. And I think the hockey hobby was definitely able to be spotlighted for a week there for sure.
Nice.
So you met the Upper Deck Instagram people?
I did.
You did? Awesome. Next time you meet them, can you point them out to me? So I've tried to collab for 3 years with Upper Deck. 3 years on a post. They have never, ever one time, not once, collabed on a Loud Collector post.
Perfect. I'll point them out from a distance, and then you just don't tell them I sent you.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm not done. One of their managers, I'm not really sure how it works. She's from Ottawa. We have mutual friends. Not one. I mean, it got a little harassy, but like all they had to do was respond. And then I'll see other collabs. I mean, I don't want to. I'll stop there. I don't. Oh my goodness.
Phil's the guy you want in your corner when
100%.
he's a
I'm just
pit
looking
bull.
for
I
feedback.
love you, Phil.
Like I'm not even saying why aren't you doing. My emails have turned into, hey, so I know you're massively ignoring me. I was just wondering if I could get any feedback as to what I could do different for my social media to get. And I say things like, I'm aware I'm a middle-aged man. I'm aware I'm bald. I'm aware I'm loud. So if you can give me direction to collab on a post, well, because when I see the rising of mediocrity, I can't go backwards, and I can't not be true to myself. So I'm just very confused how the social media for Upper Deck works. One day I'll figure it out.
They're getting a lot better.
I'm glad I came on though, because maybe this opens up a bigger discussion now, Phil. Maybe we just had to.
Well, they're off the clock. They're not listening to the podcast if they're not on the clock. So
you never know. You never know who's watching.
You never know. Billy does.
You never know who's watching.
True. Fair enough.
While the NHL draft was huge, Paul's in comparison to the Halifax Sport Card Expo. That is the event of the century. And Phil, you leave today for the.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes. Fourth wall. I leave today. I have left today.
Oh, really?
I have already left with a sleeping teenager in the passenger seat.
Yeah. You excited for this week, buddy?
I'm very excited. Trip of a lifetime for me. And Daddy Brad, I called him a few months ago and asked if I could bring my son. And he said, absolutely. So I'm very happy. Very, very excited to go to the East Coast. The expo is going to be great. Cards are great, but that's kind of a secondary. I'm really looking for a good vacation on the East Coast with my son and my best friends and look at some cards along the way. It'll be fun. We have a few stops. We have to go to All In Sports Cards in Brossard in Quebec. Going to see my buddy Mathieu, buying a Maurice Richard card, and I'm buying a Wayne Gretzky hockey card. And then we're going to Edmundston, so we'll be there tonight. And then on Tuesday night,
see the Oilers?
And then on Tuesday night, we'll be in Moncton. Maybe not. I don't know. Bermuda Triangle. But in Moncton.
I don't think it exists. So if you can prove it exists, I think that would be
we'll see. So we'll go out for dinner with Sylvain Tuesday night. Wednesday we wake up in Moncton, we go to Pictou Lodge, give Big Daddy Brad a big hug, and put on my comfy pants, and I'm not doing anything till Friday.
Campfire by the ocean.
Campfire by the ocean, baby. Just want to look at the stars.
Have you been to Halifax, Troy?
Yeah.
No, never. I'm hoping to get out there because I love Brad. Because I know Brad as well, and he's a great guy. And I got to spend a little time with him while he was here in Buffalo, and he's just always phenomenal to talk to. So I want to come out to Saskatchewan with you guys though too for Carter's show in September. I would love to get out there.
Do it.
Oh yeah, they're very different. Even though I've never done the Halifax thing. Back to Brad? Have you ever met somebody that doesn't like Brad? He's like the most likable guy.
100%.
I can count on one hand people that don't like Brad. They do exist. Yeah.
Really?
Wow. Everybody can't like everybody.
It's kind of like never trust a man with two first names and never trust a man that doesn't like Brad.
Yeah. And doesn't eat bacon. Sorry, vegans.
Yeah.
Axis of evil.
Fair enough. We can't wait. Probably have to go check out AMG too, huh? Well.
Yeah, we should. Yeah. I want to, though. It's a big store, I heard. Yeah. Sherry will have treats. Probably.
Oh, yeah. Well, Dave will eat them all.
Yeah, I will.
So Sherry brings a huge cooler. I mean, like the biggest cooler they make of snacks for the many, many people that are AMG affiliated at the expo.
Sure.
And Dave crushes about 78% of them.
Yeah.
The guy's got like a hollow leg or something like that.
It's all processed food in California. Yeah, he wants
Dave
real-
seems like he's got a fast metabolism. Like he can just keep no.
Incorrect. He has the slowest metabolism. He's on medication to speed up his metabolism. I'm not kidding.
Oh, okay.
Wow, Troy's got a good intuition for biology, eh?
Whoops. Yeah. That's why I do hockey cards. All right. That's why I do hockey cards.
I'm a simple man. I collect hockey cards.
That's it.
Just a couple of details on the Halifax show. If you're in the Maritimes and you want to come hang out with us this upcoming week, so the expo, it's finally here. It's in the show's in Dartmouth at the Zatzman Sportplex, Friday through Sunday. Friday 4 to 8, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4. We'll be at the show all 3 days. So if you're in the area, I hope you come for some great cards and to say hello. And yeah, hopefully we'll get some PC bangers. There is a
Point of privilege. Point of privilege. Point of
Okay.
personal privilege. It's in Dartmouth, so
Yeah.
it's the Dartmouth Expo.
Well, it's not the Mississauga Sport Card Expo,
Right. That's always been a little peculiar to me.
Yeah, we won't get into it, but there's reasons why it's mainly for people flying, so they know where to fly to.
Okay.
There you go.
What else is it? Oh, there's a VIP industry event on Saturday night that you have to have tickets for, and Daddy Brad, gave he's gonna hate that name, but it
Daddy
just makes me
Brad.
want to say it more. Gave me 2 passes, so if you want to go,
What does that
hit
mean?
up the Gongshow Instagram.
Industry night? Like when I've
Well,
gone
the thing I sent you earlier in the day, that the event on Saturday night.
So what
Yeah.
is it?
It's a I don't know hangout. I don't know. Brad said here we have to be at this place at 8 p.m. and here's 2 tickets. You can give them away on the show.
Is Brad
Loud
going to be there?
music, finger foods.
Yeah,
Oh, there's food. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
I'm sure it's like a social networking night kind of thing.
I feel like the whole trip is a social networking event thing.
Probably. Okay.
Yeah.
No more questions.
Okay.
You can find out all the information about the show. Get your get tickets for the event, not the industry event. You got to come to us for the 2, but for Meet the Trailer Park Boys at sportcardexpohalifax.com. Okay, Gongshow break. So we're actually recording this before we're breaking tonight on Sunday. So the breaks were yesterday. I hope they went good. Maybe we had some big cards. Yay! Hopefully we have internet at Louis' house since that's where we break. But yeah. We're all over the fourth wall. We're over it. We're back. We're over it again, back again.
We're on it.
Yeah, it's very Canadian of us to have a lack of service today.
Get out of here.
We normally break on Saturdays. Our next break will be this upcoming Saturday. It'll be Tori and Marco while we're in Halifax. And we're thank you for everyone for your support. You can grab your spots at gongshowbreaks.com. Working to build a fun community of collectors. And the new spots will post Wednesday around noon. Philip.
Yeah.
Want to recap Friday Nights with Phil for anyone that didn't tune in?
Yeah, it was a super fun show. We played a game, one of my best games actually. We played Is This a Real Card or Not? Now, 99% of the chat, actually 100% of the chat got it. My co-host, my partner in crime, one of my best friends, did not get the game. So I do apologize on the rewatch. I had to explain it to Dave a few times. And I'm sorry to Dave. I was a little bit rude explaining it because I was frustrated. But we had a great game. Dave got 2 questions correct out of, I think, 17. So if you're curious how terrible our friend, David is, go check out the recap or the replay because it's videotaped on YouTube. And you can watch it and it's lots of fun. I thought I did a really good job. Some cards are real, some cards are not. Did you guys know Brett Hull played for the, I'll give you one answer. He played for the Coyotes. Did you know that?
Yeah, I did.
I did not.
That one I knew.
I did not.
Was that when Gretzky was coaching?
Well, that I knew. Yeah, that I lived.
Yeah,
that.
right. That's what I'm. Yeah, okay.
I did. So I lived the Brett Hull Coyotes thing too, but my whole world was
Okay.
a green cloud, so I wasn't paying attention. But it was a fun show. Yeah, it was good. We had no guests. Sometimes Victoria was not there. It's the summer. I don't expect. I mean, everything is slower in the summer. We got 3.5 months here in Canada, most of us, to squeeze it all in. So we'll see in the winter if you have a busy summer, but we'll be here if you are.
2 points on your game.
Okay.
It's almost at the point of mathematically impossible, given there's a 50% chance to go 2 for 17. Like,
Yeah, that's how bad he is.
like you just would get lucky.
Cheeto, we have a 13-year-old who's going on 30 in the chat, old soul. He said if Dave gets another question wrong, you should probably kick him off the screen. It was so bad. And he was so confident. Oh, that's not a real card. There's no way. I'm on to you, Phil. No, it's a real card.
Then my last point is how many Jeff Jenkins PCs have started since Friday night?
Well, I don't know who Jeff Jenkins is. I know who Jim Jenkins and
Jim
Gary
Jenkins.
Jenkins are. They're NHL legends. Wait for the documentary. It might take 5 years, but it's coming.
Okay.
30 for 30. Eat your heart out.
To give
what's a
you,
guy you like.
to give you a little credit, Josh, I'm pretty sure Jeff Jenkins was a baseball player.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was an MLB guy. So,
And Leroy Jenkins is an internet phenom for about 25 years.
Yeah.
love Leroy Jenkins. Classic.
All right. Lastly, before we get started, a reminder that our show, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast, we are a Patreon podcast. What that means, of course, is we do rely on the support of the listener and watcher, like you out there. Hi. To help us cover show expenses, produce what we hope to be more and better hockey card content, and then fund initiatives to grow our hobby. You can support our show for as little as $5 a month, like what, a third of a cup of coffee these
Don't
days.
be cheap. Help us out here.
Yeah, be one of the first 999 supporters. You get the Future Watch Gonger title. You get access to our Discord, all the fun stuff we do there. We have our Discord exclusive show, Behind the Bench, with Neil, who is, we'll talk about later because he's in the all sorts of giddiness and anxiety over the Leo Carlson bit. And then we do like fantasy hockey, playoff challenge brackets, a whole bunch of good stuff. If you want to support us, just go to our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, click on the Become a Patron link at the top of the page, or go to Patreon directly. It's patreon.com and search for us. We're the Hockey Cards Gong Show. There's a link in the show description, both YouTube and podcast apps, or Instagram, TikTok profiles too. Normally I would say Baba Louie, it's time for the game plan, but he has no microphone. So he will throw up the game plan and I will do my best. So on today's show, we're going to start with Get to Know Your Hall of Famers. Then we roll on to the weekly 7, followed by Hobby News. Then we're going to look at 2526 Parkhurst, which is the next new release, followed up with Gongshow Mailbag and personal pickups. That's what we're doing. Everybody on board?
Can't wait for Parkhurst. Jacked up. Yeah, really excited.
I'm kind of nervous that you're going to... I want you to like it. I don't want you to be disappointed.
Okay. There's so many products. If I love it, that's probably one of my best Upper Deck years ever. I'm a big fanboy right lately. So
yeah, I'm not predicting you won't. I'm just, it's different. So we're going to find that out.
Exciting. Cool.
Okay, let's kick off today's show with their Get to Know Your Hall of Famers series. It's where we're profiling every single Hockey Hall of Fame player who ever lived. We're being very thorough with the bit, not missing any of them. And in fact, some of them we've repeated.
Mm-hmm.
That's how thorough we've been.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. We started with the first Hall of Fame class in 1945, have since been working our way to the present day. Today, we step foot into the 1980s. We'll profile our very first player from the class of 1980, 46 years ago, incredibly. And Troy, you were just a twinkle in your father's eye, I'm sure, in 1980. We were around. Yeah. Well, here's what went down in the year 1980. Ronald Reagan was elected president of the United States of America.
Damn you, Nancy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. We were just a few years away from saying no to drugs.
Yeah, it worked really well. Thanks, Nancy. Really appreciate it.
Mount St. Helens erupted in 1980.
Oh, cool.
John Lennon was murdered, which is very sad for me as a giant Beatles fan. The Pac-Man video game was released in the year 1980. Movies that came out in 1980 were Empire Strikes Back, my favorite movie of all time, bar none, Caddyshack.
Oh, boy.
The Blues Brothers and Raging Bull. Not a bad year for movies. And some of the hit songs from that year were Call Me by Blondie. It doesn't seem like that this would be a 70s track, but Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd.
Oh.
We don't need no education.
That song scared my son as a child. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Hey, teacher. He would run away. You missed a couple of movies. Sorry, from 80. I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay.
Platoon. I'm not a big war movie guy, but that one's top 3 for me. And I'm a little disappointed in this one. Okay. Raiders of the Lost Ark. That's a big one.
Was that 1980?
I believe so. I could be a little bit wrong. I think it's 80 though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Louis will maybe throw in the chat if there's time to look that up.
Okay.
The Other songs of that year were Funky Town.
Oh,
Bum, 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 bum.
That
Probably just
song's
got
been ruined
demonetized.
for me.
And then Crazy Little Thing Called Love by Queen.
oh, great song.
Crazy Little Thing Called. Oh, that's a
Yeah.
great song. Yeah, Queen, one of the best bands ever. You guys ever see the movie, the Queen movie?
Yeah,
I
it was
cried.
all right.
It was all right. I
With,
cried. I teared
with
up.
Rami Malek, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a good job.
I lost sight that it was him. I thought it was Freddie Mercury, like
Yeah.
80% into the movie, and that with his dad, the approval at the end. Oh, it killed me.
But also, boys, in the year 1980, Gump Worsley was elected to the Hockey Hall of Fame.
Cool.
And he's a player we're going to learn more about today.
I always think of him in a Minnesota. I hate it because I know he's a Hab, but I can't get that Minnesota card out of my head.
He's more of a Ranger, I think. But yeah.
I think of him in his Minnesota because of that card.
Gump Worsley lived from 1929 until passing away at the age of 77 in 2007. He was born in Montreal, passed away in Belial, Canada. I butchered it, sorry. Hockey goalie, of course, played at 5'7", 180 pounds. In a career that lasted from 1952 until 1974, Worsley played for 3 NHL teams, the New York Rangers, Montreal Canadiens, and our most beloved Minnesota North Stars. Gump played in 861 career NHL games, posted a record of 335, 352, and 150. He's in the Hall of Fame with the losing record. Kind of crazy. 2.88 goals against and .918 save percentage. Won the Calder Memorial Trophy in the year 1953. Was a 2-time Vezina winner, 1966 and 68. A 1-time NHL First All-Star Team selection, a 1-time NHL Second All-Star Team selection, and was a 4-time Stanley Cup champion as a player in the year 1965, 66, 68, and 69. Why you should care about Gump Worsley? Well, the story starts with the nickname, because it's impossible not to. His real name was Lorne John Worsley, but as a kid in Montreal, friends thought he looked like the comic strip character Andy Gump, and that stuck forever. Hockey, of course, has a lot of great nicknames, but Gump is one of the best because it perfectly matched the player: funny, odd, tough, and completely unforgettable. Before he became an NHL goalie, Worsley played his dues all over the minor leagues. He played for teams like the New York Rovers. Big fan, Troy? New York Rovers?
Huge Rovers guy, actually. Yeah. How'd you know?
I don't know. You just look like it. The
I
St. Paul
strike you as
Saints.
a Rover.
You do. And the Saskatoon Quakers and Vancouver Canucks. And was not just hanging around in the early 1950s. He was repeatedly named a first-team All-Star and built a reputation as a goalie who could handle a ton of work. His NHL break came with the New York Rangers in 1952-53. It was basically trial by fire. The Rangers were not good, but Worsley was excellent enough to win the Calder Trophy as the Rookie of the Year. That is a great Gump detail. He wins Rookie of the Year on a last-place team, which tells you he's probably facing everything but the Zamboni. Then comes one of the most old-school hockey management stories ever. After winning the Calder, Worsley reportedly asked the Rangers for a $500 raise. Instead of rewarding him, they sent him back to the minors for the next season.
Aw.
Jeez. Tough
Imagine
crowd.
winning Rookie of the Year and your reward is nice job, and I'll go to Vancouver.
Oh my God. Amazing.
Brutal.
But Gump did not disappear. In 1953-54 with the Vancouver Canucks of the WHL. Hey, so when I make the jokes about Quinn in a Canucks jersey that I don't collect WHL cards, I'm kind of not lying, right? Because they
No.
were a WHL team before.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a total shot at the Canucks, but sorry, Canucks fans. So he went back to the Canucks of the WHL, won league MVP, which is important because it shows he was not just a flash in the pan as an NHL rookie. He went back down, dominated, and forced his way back into the NHL. When Worsley returned to the Rangers, he settled into one of the toughest jobs in hockey, being a great goalie on a bad team. For years, the Rangers leaned on him heavily, and he often faced huge shot totals. This is where the Gump legend really forms, not as a polished dynasty goalie, but more as a survivalist.
Yeah.
One of his most famous lines came from those Rangers years. Asked which team gave him the most trouble, Worsley supposedly answered, the New York Rangers.
Amazing. I love this guy.
All-time goalie quote there. He's literally naming his own team. It tells you how bad the Rangers could be in front of him and how sharp Gump's sense of humor was. In 1955-56, Worsley faced an absurd workload. He set NHL records for shots allowed and saves in a season. With the source, with a source listing 2,574 shots against and 2,376 saves. The thing about Gump is that he did not look like the modern idea of an elite athlete. He was short for a goalie, stocky, had a very ordinary man look, but that was part of the charm. He did not look like Ken Dryden towering over the net. He looked like your uncle who wandered into the crease and decided he wasn't leaving.
This is great.
Rangers coach Phil Watson once supposedly called him out for having a beer belly. Gump's response was perfect. Just goes to show you what he knows. I only drink Johnny Walker Red. Again, it's a part of the charm and humor of Gump Worsley there. Despite the jokes, Worsley was respected because he was brave. This was the original Six era. Goalies did not have modern equipment. Shooters used wooden sticks, and traffic in front of the net could be nasty. Worsley took shot after shot, night after night, and for most of his career, he did it without a mask. The no mask part became one of his defining traits. Worsley resisted wearing facial protection long after most goalies had moved in that direction. Asked why, he gave the famous line, "My face is my mask." Which is funny and also completely insane when you remember what NHL Slapshot looked like in the late 1960s and early 1970s. In 1963, Worsley's career took a massive turn when the Rangers traded him to the Montreal Canadiens. On paper, it's a homecoming because he's Montreal-born goalie, joining the most famous franchise in hockey. It also comes after years of taking a beating in New York. Suddenly, he's going from chaos to a championship machine. The move to Montreal was not instantly perfect. He spent time with the Quebec Aces in the AHL and had to work his way into the Canadiens' picture. That matters, of course, because Canadian success was not handed to him. He had to reset his career in his mid-30s, which isn't easy for any player or goalie. Once he settled in with the Canadiens, the story changed completely. Instead of being the guy getting peppered on a weak Rangers team, Worsley became a major piece of Montreal's next championship run. In 1965, he won his first Stanley Cup for a goalie who had spent so many years losing in New York and had to feel like the hockey gods were finally balancing the books. In 1966, Worsley won another cup with Montreal and shared the Vezina Trophy, which is a big reputation shift. He's no longer just the funny goalie with great quotes. Now he's a championship goalie and a Vezina Trophy winner. The Canadiens of that era had multiple excellent goalies, including Charlie Hodge and later Rogie Vachon. But Worsley still had... What did I say wrong?
They call him Rogie.
Rogie.
Yeah, it's two G's, though, so I mean, I would have said it the same.
Oh. Worsley still had a distinct place. He brought experience, personality, and playoff steadiness. He was not the sleek prototype, but he could win. In 1967-68, Worsley had one of the best seasons of his career. He won the Vezina again, posted a career-best 1.98 goals against, and the Canadiens won another Stanley Cup. Wow. That season is probably the clearest this guy was truly elite evidence for anyone who knows him as a character. That same 1968 run is also important because Worsley went on an 11-game playoff winning streak. And when you talk about goalies who got hot at the right time, it's a monster stretch, of course. Montreal was great, but you do not roll through the playoffs like that without your goalie doing his job. Worsley and Vachon shared the 1967-68 Vezina for Montreal's league best defensive record. And Vachon's Hall of Fame induction page notes that their combined 2.26 goals against average was the lowest since 1958-59. So even though Gump gets remembered for jokes and the mask stories, his numbers at his peak were outstanding. In 1969, Worsley won his fourth Stanley Cup with the Canadiens, giving him 4 cups in 5 seasons. And for a goalie who had to started his NHL life as the overworked Calder winner on a last-place Rangers team, that pretty incredible second act. One of the more serious Gump stories is his fear of flying. Phil, pay attention.
Yeah.
In 1968, he reportedly suffered a nervous breakdown after a rough flight on the way to Los Angeles. That became part of his later career story and eventually contributed to his exit from Montreal. It's another reminder that beneath the cartoon nickname and one-liners, there's a real person dealing with real anxiety. In 1970, Worsley is traded to the Minnesota North Stars, and this is where he becomes the Gumper to a new fan base. He was already around 40, but he still had game left. In March 1970, he became the 6th goalie in NHL history to reach 300 wins. The Minnesota years are great because he keeps playing like a throwback while the sport is changing around him. NHL.com noted that he continued playing without a mask in Minnesota and still excelled, finishing third in the league with a 2.12 goals against average in 1971-72, which is ridiculous longevity for a goalie of that era. Worsley finally wore a mask for the last 6 games of his career. That's it.
It's like, what? That's like quitting smoking on your deathbed. What's
Yeah,
the point?
it feels like a punchline almost.
Yeah.
After those years of my face is my mask, he gives it a short try at the very end. He retired after the 1973-74 season with a resume that included the Calder, 2 Vezinas, 4 Stanley Cups, more than 300 wins, and one of the best personalities hockey has ever produced.
Love this man.
It's 100% why we do this segment.
I'm a Gump guy. I'm a Gump guy now. You sold me on Gump Worsley for sure.
He looks like his name too, which is a nice bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take a quick look at his hobby market. His rookie card is in the 1953 Parkhurst set. It's card number 53. Looks so young there.
And he has so he has this card and he has a North Stars card.
Yeah.
Incredible.
PSA 8.5 high selling copy we're looking at on YouTube. So for $4,468 in April 2021. Then I picked 3 additional playing days cards just for us to look at real quick. The first is 1966 top Gump card. 1960, I'm sorry, top. I don't know if I've ever seen a card from this set. It's card number 36. High selling copies of PSA 9 sold for $3,251 US in December 2018. Then we go to 1967, card number 1 with the Canadiens. Looks pretty wooden in the photo there. PSA 8 high selling copies sold for $750 US in February 2022. And lastly, of course, I had to go with the North Stars. It's only fitting.
There it is. There it is. Love it. Nice. That's incredible. Incredible.
and it actually says Gump on it too, because I noticed the other one said Lauren Wars. Yeah.
Phil, I went ahead and cut your grass. I knew you were gone on the weekend. Thanks, Gump. Like perfect.
Thanks, Grandpa. Looks like a total. Who looks more like a grandpa? Gordie Howe in his 1979 card or Gump Worsley in the 1971?
They're both grandpas. This looks like it could be Neil's dad.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a 1971 O-Pee-Chee card number 241. The beauty of a PSA 10 we're looking at on YouTube is a high selling copy sold for $800 US back in August of 2023. And that, kids, is your Hockey Hall of Famer, Lauren Gump Worsley.
Awesome.
Shout out Gump Worsley.
Yeah. Love that one. Well, we've had another insane week of NHL headlines. Many of those stories will impact the hobby. And as hockey card journalists, nobody laugh.
Did I say Platoon? Did I say Platoon or Apocalypse Now?
You said Platoon.
You said Platoon.
Oh, no, I meant Apocalypse Now. No, Platoon's late 80s. Oh, I don't even know if Apocalypse Now is 80. Sorry, go ahead.
The show's movie journalist. You just
I know. I failed that. That's a bad one. Can we omit that from the record, please?
I think strike it. Strike it
from the record.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Right, well,
sorry.
We're gonna roll through the weekly 7.
Let's skate on over to the NHL.
Out of nowhere. I was not ready for Michael Jackson. That wasn't on my bingo card that we had that on the soundboard.
Louis got the gloves and everything. Yeah.
Okay. Where do you start? Even what a week. I want to start with one of my guys, Ovi. Russian machine never breaks, and apparently Ovechkin can't stop, won't stop. On Thursday, the NHL's all-time leading goal scorer, Alexander Ovechkin, delayed retirement, signed a 1-year deal to come back to the Washington Capitals for the 26-27 NHL season. In pure Ovi style, I don't know if you guys saw this. I think the Capitals posted a video of him signing his contract, and he's signing, he looks up, and he has 3 words. He goes, "I'm back, babes."
Still can't get the sayings right, eh? He doesn't.
No. Yeah, he later went on to say, "I'm back. Thank you to everyone for giving me and my family the time to make this decision. I'm healthy. I love playing hockey and competing to win. I'm excited to come back and join my teammates so we can fight for a playoff spot and have a chance to win. See you in December, DC." It'll be Ovi's 22nd NHL season. He'll turn 41 years young in September. I'd have to assume this is going to be it. And I think we'll get cues. Like if after Christmas, if like every road game, there's the OV tribute and people hand him like some sort of trophy thing, then we'll kind of know probably that.
And I heard something, I'm not sure if it's correct, but isn't he very close to the double goals for Wayne? The WHA and isn't there something
for Gordy?
Or somebody. Isn't Ovechkin close to beating somebody else's WHA?
Yeah. So I have that. So
Okay.
he has 929 career goals, which puts him 21 away from 950, which is an odd number. 28 goals away from 976 combined KHL and NHL goals, which would surpass Gordie Howe's professional total of 975 between the WHA and NHL.
Oh, you got to do that. Yeah, you got to get there. That's a big
You guys think 28's a lot for a 41-year-old, but I think he can.
Well, but half of those goals can be little
empty net,
pepperoonies.
Empty netters, right?
The Ovi special.
Yeah, the Ovi special in his office. I mean,
and the Caps have certainly worked hard to convince him to come back. They made a ton of big deals with Alex Tuck.
Their identity, man.
Yeah.
He's there. This is the team. Look at their team. This Boone Jenner, Tuck. It's terrifying.
Kyrou?
Yeah.
Peterka? Oh no, Peterka's to Boston. Sorry, he's on my mind.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think he has left in the tank? Are you? I love Ovechkin. I PC him. I'm like 50% excited he's coming back. I want him to quit before he becomes a shell of himself. That's
his personality will overcome the shell of himself. Let's say he plays 10 games in a row and everyone's like, Ovi, you got to get off the ice. No one's going to remember that much. More in comedy, I think.
In 5 years, you always forget.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we've mentioned this before that the last year or so for Wayne's career was not that great. And you knew it while it was happening, but 5 years down the road, you just remember him as Wayne Gretzky, the great one. Mm-hmm. So I think that happens for every player down the road. Okay, Ovechkin is a 2005-06 Young Guns, PSA 10 pop, 1,375, 30% gem rate, less over $4K US dollars on the dot on June 22nd, up 39% in the past month, up 11% in the past 3 months. 52-week high, 4,636. 52-week low, 2,806 US dollars. So we go from an old guy to a young pup. In our next story, the Montreal Canadiens have locked up 20-year-old Ivan Demidov for 8 years and $73 million, which will pay him $9.125 million annually. Demidov has played one full NHL season, which was last year. Played all 82 regular season games, produced 19 goals, 62 points, was a +3. In 19 playoff games this past season, he had 3 goals, 9 points, was a -1. 5th overall pick by the Canadiens in the 2024 NHL draft, and locks up the young Demidov through his 28th year, circling the sun. And I think, too, if the cap keeps going up, this deal, of course, will get better and better. And this is the whole new trend we've seen over the last couple of years as well. Let's take a gamble and lock up somebody right away at a team-friendly deal before he has a couple of good years, and now he wants $14 million a year. And I kind of be honest, I kind of like the trend. I think it's like in the case of Demidov, I don't see it being a huge risk of him all of a sudden turning into a pumpkin. And
they did this before when it went up, like for an Ottawa Senators, Josh Norris, Drake Batherson, they locked them up as much as they could right away.
Yep.
A lot of people were like, oh my God, 5 times 7, that's crazy. Blah, blah. Turns out to be the best contracts for the last 7-8 years. You got to do it, right? You got to do it.
Didn't Montreal also do something similar with Suzuki, if I'm not mistaken, as well?
Yeah, a lot of players. Boldy and the Wild signed him after 1 year. And I mean, this has been a league-wide trend that we've been seeing.
When it's easier to do when you draft, when you prospect, draft, develop, you can go to multiple people in your organization and ask their opinions. It's in-house. It's a lot easier to make those decisions than getting a player traded. He had 1 good year with you. You give him the fat contract. He goes lights out. Lights out bad. Sorry, not lights out good. So when you develop within your organization, it's much easier to much more comfortable to do these.
Well, the flip side, of course, and we'll talk about him in a minute, is Leo Carlsson. You let the player go through the 3-year deal, and now all of a sudden they want to be the highest paid player in the NHL.
Well, it's not his fault. They offered him.
No, I know, but that's
Yeah,
I think that's why they want to lock these guys up after 1 year. It's kind of insane on face value. That seems to be you play 1 year, and all of a sudden you're getting a kind of a big 8-year contract. And I do think that the Canadiens kind of see him as like a 90-point or better producer at some point. So, yeah. Did you guys see the card Upper Deck had him sign after the extension?
Oh, the clear cut exquisite 101.
Yeah, I think Louis can.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that is a mate. Oh,
It's
good
really
job,
nice.
Upper Deck. Yes, sir. I want that
It's
card.
really nice.
Look at the smile on him, eh? What a great kid. I love this kid.
What's
I was a
what's
Habs
the
fan,
inscription?
man.
8 more years, it says, with an exclamation point.
That's wild.
Nice little auto, too. He took some time there. I love that red foil. Oh, what a hockey card, man. If I hit that in a pack, I'd probably have to be a Demidov collector, you know?
Yeah, probably. Have there ever been clear cut exquisite cards and clear cut either?
I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to say that. I know there's been those cup tributes, like they've done some of that stuff, like the retro tribute ones, but I don't know if we've ever seen exquisite.
Do you think it's acetate-y? Do you think it's raised, the foil, or it's flat?
Oh, you can see his hand
flat.
behind it. You can see like the
No, you silly goose. I mean,
yeah.
like, is it embossed? Is it
Yeah,
raised?
I get what you're saying.
I think it's
I
flat.
don't know.
Yeah.
It looks
to me.
flat from the picture.
Personality.
Again, continuing on the inscription bit too, but I love on 101s especially of adding of that little extra wrinkle to the card. So this is coming up in 2025, 26 clear cut. And like you said, Phil, good job on Upper Deck for being opportunistic and Johnny on the spot there.
Yeah.
Where does Demidov rank for you guys if you had to do like a top 5 Montreal current Canadians hobby ranking?
Hobby?
Yeah.
Probably 1, no?
I would say after this past season, maybe 2, and I would say behind Caulfield. I mean, I feel like Caulfield's.
No,
You wouldn't put Hudson
think
still
so?
above Demidov?
No,
I wouldn't put who above him.
Lane Hudson?
Maybe I feel like maybe like a 2A, 2B situation, but I think they're right around the same, him and Hudson.
Yeah, you ask the guy who lives in Ottawa. I'm telling you, it's Demidov, Hudson, Caulfield. That's what it is. I don't care what your numbers say. I don't care.
Okay.
All right.
I
Unless
had
they
Shimmy
back me
Shakes,
up.
Caulfield, Demidov, Suzuki. That was my, and I couldn't think of a 5th.
I guess maybe Demidov and Hudson are interchangeable, but Demidov's the guy. He's the guy. If Caulfield had a French name, maybe.
Yeah.
But he's too anglophone. I mean,
Well, and he's the
culture
guy
of it.
till this year, and yeah, that's the whole Montreal bit is that they love their hockey cards, they love their rookies, and they really love next year's rookie.
You get a Patrice Brisebois or a Sylvain Turgeon. Yeah, they're that hobby market. Oh, that's a bad whistle, but the attempt was there.
Demidov is a 25-26 Young Guns PSA 10 pop 1042 already, 30% gem rate. Last sold for $493 US on July 1st, up about 11% in the past month and 13% in the past 2 months.
It's a great card too. Right before his crossover. It's good.
Yeah.
It's a good candid action shot. It's a good candid action shot.
I just love the Young Guns design. This particular.
Nice, eh?
I like that.
You like the deluxes, Troy? I love them. The Upper Deck blue out of
I love the
250.
way they look. Yeah, and I just love the scripture. Like I just love the font of the Young Guns this year, and you can see the whole picture instead of a board, like a thick border.
The bottom footer almost doesn't have that, and the where this design really crushes it on the outburst, I think.
Yes, 100%. Yep.
Well, with the yin and the yang of the Demidov and Leo Carlsson, we'll go there next in Philadelphia's very bold offer as the Flyers made an aggressive move on Friday by signing Anaheim Ducks restricted free agent Leo Carlsson to a pretty big offer sheet. Was it like 5 times 18 million?
Yeah.
So for 90 million total, which was a record offer sheet for an NHL player. The 18 million average annual value would make Carlsson the highest paid player in the National Hockey League. Which, I was going to expect him here, but Bob Louis has been trumpeting that a year ago we were talking about maybe Kaprizov getting overpaid, that deal will look better and better, I think, as time goes on. Carlsson has played 3 NHL seasons, and his last year was his best to date, 29 goals, 67 points, averaging 19 minutes, 9 seconds time on ice. Here's the rub, though, and I didn't pick this up at first, but as I was reading about it, then realized that, so if Anaheim declines to match and the Flyers get their guy in Carlsson, they will owe the Ducks their first round draft pick in each of the next 4 NHL drafts. Oh,
that's crazy.
Nuts.
I do it though. I hope they get Leo Carlsson. No, I don't, as being in the Philadelphia's division, but as a hockey fan, I want to see Leo Carlsson in a Philly. They come on, man. The kids. I watched as soon as that came out. I was like, okay, I know he's good. I like the way he plays. I haven't seen him that much. I went on YouTube and I watched some highlight reels. He's the real deal. He is going to be a big center. Well, I mean, he's what, 6'1", but it's the way, it's the intangibles. It's when you say something to him on the bench and you don't have to micromanage it out on the ice, and he doesn't screw it up again, and he is developing at a ridiculous pace. He's going to be not better than Kaprizov, but you can build a team better with Leo Carlsson as a center. What they did is amazing. And,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Phil. I thought your thought was.
I'm rambling on. I don't know what I'm saying.
I was going to say, this still feels to me like a very payback for Cutter Gauthier.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. Starting to feel like here. I love it. I love the pettiness. Like this is great. Like, give me this off-season drama, stuff like this.
Well, listen, for how I see it, I heard someone say this and it makes sense. You get 4 first rounds. Okay, well, if we get Leo Carlsson, we're probably making the playoffs in the next 4 or 5 years. Even if we're not, it's still not going to be a crazy high pick, probably the lottery percentages. What are the chances 4 of those first rounders are going to be as good as Leo Carlsson? Not very good.
Yep.
That's how good Leo Carlsson is. Do it all day long. I say offer Sheet Bedsy. Pittsburgh Penguins should offer Sheet Bedsy. Why not? They need another franchise player. What? That's a bad deal? Are you kidding me? 4
My Wild should do that.
Nah, you look better. Connor Bedard in a Pittsburgh Penguins jersey will give the NHL 25 years of life, 20 more years of ridiculous life. You know?
Do you like Sidney Crosby, Phil?
Do I like Sidney Crosby?
Yeah, are you a Sidney Crosby fan?
I think
I
he's
love
like
Sidney Crosby.
would marry him.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I hear the now I'm understanding the Connor Bedard here.
Yeah, so Lemieux mentored Crosby, whatever, kind of, not really, but kind of, yes. And then Crosby can mentor Bedard. Dude, it's great, man. That's how empires are born, right? And that's how they fall too, though.
Well, you could have a Trevor Zegras, Leo Carlsson, Jamie Drysdale reunion in Philadelphia as well, which is kind of funny.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. And
imagine Leo Carlsson's like, listen, I'll take the deal, but I can't stand Trevor. He's so annoying. If you get rid of him, I'll sign it.
He's gotta go. He's gotta go.
He's a little shitbag, yeah.
Okay, so if you guys are Anaheim, would you match or would you let him go?
You have to match.
I think you have to.
You have to match, yeah.
I think you have to.
They do weird stuff though in Anaheim.
In my opinion, outside of if we're talking just like the upper deck rookie class, outside of Bedard, I feel like Leo is probably the second best one.
Do you guys remember too in his rookie year how they did like kind of like the weird? I don't want to say weird, but it's very non-traditional acclimation in the NHL where they played him like every other game.
They did?
Yes.
No, that's weird.
He came from Sweden, and I think he had to ease the cultural shift and
they
very different.
Their culture and Western culture kind of go pretty good hand in hand.
I think so, but
it's not much friction there. Yeah.
Well, I had to ask Neeler, also known as Irish Flyers collector, Flyers super fan, about the offer, and it was kind of funny. So he went. I think he was day drinking in the first part. He was a little nervous at first, going
in the pool. Was that the pool one?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he was drinking.
18 million is a big part of the cap, and then to give away 4 draft picks. But he was telling me this morning that as it's settled with them, I think he's leaning more and more towards hoping that Anaheim doesn't match and that he gets Carlsson.
Yeah, I want them to. It's a great move, man. Go Briere. I love him. That's great.
So the Ducks have until July 10th actually to make the decision.
So 4 days left.
Yeah, not too long. Okay. Leo Carlsson is a 23-24 Young Guns, PSA 10 pop 2,458, which is, I think that's kind of the Bedard effect a little bit too, where the same series 2 as Connor Bedard. 45% gem rate, last sold for $220 US on July 4th. As you can imagine, up 29% in the past month and 22% in the past 3 months.
I'm still stuck. They played him every second game?
Something like that.
There must be more to that. Like he had a hangnail or something.
Yeah, I remember. I thought it was a little weird at the time. So
I'm just not from that school of training and thought. I'm more like throw him in the deep end, see if he swims. Okay,
I think too he was injured his first year as well for an extended
maybe
period.
that's maybe a reoccurring. Can only get so many cortisone shots, you know.
Yeah.
All right, Troy, I don't want to cut you off, but Phil's getting antsy. We got to do some Leafs talk. We're like 50 minutes in the show. We haven't talked about his blue team yet. So the Maple Leafs made a big splash first day of free agency, signing goalie Sergei Bobrovsky to a 3-year deal. They'll pay him $21 million, so $7 million a year. He is a little long in the tooth at 37 years old, and the deal will expire at he's 40, but he keeps himself in great shape, and we just saw Flower play well into his 40s, so there you go. I don't know. Didn't seem like a bad deal for the Leafs. It'll be Bob's fourth NHL team, started with the Flyers, then moved on to the Blue Jackets, Panthers, and now Leafs. Here's what Leafs GM John Chayka had to say about the signing. Sergei's a real game changer for us in terms of stability, consistency, and durability. Obviously, the resume speaks for itself. Okay, this is a little rich, John. He could possibly end up being the best in that position of all time.
Hey.
What's your sister's phone number, brah? That's all anyone cares about.
Yeah, I think Patrick Waugh might be saying "hold my beer," or a number of other goalies.
Could you imagine Patrick Waugh walking down a hallway and no one's watching, and Chayka's walking this way after what he said? Waugh would probably like, no one's around, no cameras. Yeah. He's mine.
Yeah, he'd pop him one for sure. He's a nut.
Open hand.
Chayka went on to say, and to be able to secure a player like that for this team that's looking to break through, we feel like it's the right player at the right time, not just on the ice, but certainly off the ice, the mentorship, the professionalism, again, the championship pedigree. We thought about it at all different angles. The full package just made a lot of sense, and you always have your own opinions, but to actually be able to land a player of that caliber, he's looking to win. I think it says a lot about the organization, says a lot about ownership, kiss him butt there, and a lot about the player and players' leadership. He really believed in these guys, which is great. Bobrovsky does have an impressive, of course, NHL resume, maybe not the greatest of all time, but a two-time Vezina winner, two-time Stanley Cup champion. Apparently, too, it was Florida's choice to move on, not Bob. He had preferred to stay in. So I think they're going with Markstrom and Akira Schmid now.
Two-headed monster seems to be the new way, right? The road
to three-headed monster. I was gonna say that's what Buffalo was running.
Three's a crowd. I don't like the three.
And on the back end, I guess the Leafs have made a couple of big moves so far, signing first Darren Radish and then now Bobrovsky. So I know, negative feelings aside, it's I think a pretty good deal for Toronto.
Yeah, good for them.
Okay.
I guess.
Two big Toronto fans here.
Yeah, the biggest. I got in trouble last time I talked about the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Oh, come on, man. Dude, we need social content. We need you to go off the handle again. That's why you're here.
I just don't understand what they're doing. I don't get it. From the Chayka to the Darren Radish contract, to just sending Wool away. I mean, the Bob thing's fine, but yeah, I'm so confused. Like the Maple Leafs confuse me. I don't know what the plot is here for them. I don't get it.
You're trying to win a Stanley Cup. That's the plot.
Are they though? Well, yeah, I guess that's everybody's plot, but they're doing it. They're going about it in a weird way. I don't know. I'm just
it's very corporate entity. It's slow moving, behemoth kind of thing,
And I'm not saying I'm not saying like Bob and Darren Radish are bad signings at all, but like I thought the Radish, I feel like they overpaid for him
super risky. Bit. He's had one good year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Undrafted. Not that means anything, but still.
Yeah. But like, good for Radish for getting the bag. You know what I'm saying? I'll never be mad at Darren Radish for getting his money there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. This whole offseason for them has been interesting. And then right now it's on an upswing with McKenna and the Bob signing. So I don't know.
Bobrovsky's a 2010 Young Guns PSA 10 pop, just 160. I mean, Leo Carlson had 2,500 already and 160 Sergei PSA 10s. 38% jam rate last sold for $335 US on July 1st, up 20% in the past month, up 10% in the past 6 months. 52-week high, 375. So we're getting close to that. 52-week low, 284. Well, in not so great news, Bedsy.
Oh.
On Thursday night at a training session in Vancouver, Connor Bedard lost an edge behind the net and went into the boards. Immediately got up holding his left shoulder and pretty much sprinted off the ice. What do we call it, Phil? Is it no bueno? Is that
No
what we just
bueno.
say?
No bueno. No good. No good.
No good. The Blackhawks issued a statement on Saturday that they do not have any official updates on his injury or status and will not likely have an update until today, Monday. This sucks. I hate this part. It seems like every summer somebody goes down, and I was really hoping for a big Bedsy year, kind of a little bit of a, return to the hype, maybe a little bit. So hopefully it's nothing too serious. He is coming off a season where he produced 30 goals, 75 points in 69 games. It was his best season to date. He's also an RFA now. And apparently there's a pretty big gulf between what he's looking for and what the Blackhawks are willing or want to pay. So I don't know. Is it, to your point, Phil, is this another will another team throw an offer at Bedard?
Offer sheet. You don't even know what an offer sheet is, Phil. No, I don't, but I want to give it to Connor Bedard.
I don't know if anybody knows this. Is this the same shoulder he hurt last year? Like, did he re-injure himself, or
It's
is
the
it
left shoulder? I can't remember which one it was last year.
So I don't know. That's just
It just sucks.
When I
I
hear
don't know.
that.
What else is there to say about it? Wes, you're not supposed to train. I hope the conversation doesn't go to, oh, they play too much in the summer, or I don't know. If a man wants to play hockey whenever he wants to play hockey, you should let him. But it gets a little weird when you're an asset to a company that's paying you millions of dollars, right? Not a problem any of us have, but they'll figure it out.
I think for me, it would be not on ice training regimen, but like what is like, is he just not fully grown into his body yet? Like, does he need a little more? Like, I don't know. He feels like
the injury's better it happened now than in 10 years from now.
Sure.
Yeah.
No doubt. It's tough, right? Because he had such hype coming out, and we haven't gotten a full season out of him yet. I don't think a full 82 game season. I don't think so.
No, he's been a little bit injured in just about every year. All this being said, though, is that like in real estate, right? You make money when the market's by buying, when the market's low. Here we have the hype has faded a little bit. You have it's the summer. You have the injury thing. If you're a big Bedsy believer, now might be the time to jump on some of his cards. I'm not. The thing that worries me the most about the Bedard situation is what are the Blackhawks doing? Like it's almost like they're refusing to help him in any sort of way by giving him talent to play with.
What do you mean? They got Bowen Byram from Troy's team, Buffalo. That's a huge. See the contract.
There should be a criminal investigation.
I don't
theft
understand
on
that.
You must have done backflips when you saw that trade, Troy.
I looked at it and I'm like, I was one of the bigger Bowen Byram guys. Like, I loved having Byram on the team, but then I saw the return. I go, all right, Bo, it was nice knowing you, man. Really appreciate your time here. Yeah. But this is.
You got Zellweger too on that deal, didn't you?
Not in that deal, but yes, we like. I love.
It's Anaheim.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's Anaheim. But yeah, I agree with you. I feel like in a certain way, it almost feels like how we handled Jack Eichel, though, minus the whole surgery thing, but not necessarily getting Eichel help. That led to him leaving Buffalo and going on to win a cup. So I wouldn't be shocked if he's not on the Blackhawks next year.
I often feel that NHL general managers, like, to prove how good and smart they are, try to outfox the fox all the time. And in many cases, don't do the obvious thing. Like, I've been critical of our guy Billy G at times for that. And it's like, just get a good wing to play with the kid, for the love of God.
Yeah, don't complicate it. It's not that difficult. Just get a good player.
Or if you're the Edmonton Oilers, get a goalie. I mean, I know that they've done some work this up, but it's taken years to do the most obvious thing.
They didn't even draft Jesper, and they could have.
Yeah.
That's the killer to me, is the Wallstead draft.
Are you guys generally, now when you think of the upcoming season in Bedard, are you bullish or bearish on Connor Bedard?
Bullish, even with the injury. Kid's a winner. I'm betting on his personality and his compete level. Kid's a winner. He's going to get her done.
Yeah, I agree with Phil. I mean, I feel like definitely the personality has started to shine through in the last, year or two. I'm still a believer that, maybe get him a center and move him to the wing.
Maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. I just feel like all these injuries, it's him getting down trying to win faceoffs, and then he's just maybe not built for that. But, he can create. You put him on the wing and just the magic he can make. So I'm in. I want to see him succeed. I want to see him and Celebrini be that 1-2 head-to-head for
Celebrini Ovi or Crosby Ovi, right?
Exactly.
That's what you want. I mean, different players, but the tandem there.
Same idea. Yeah.
Okay, Bedard is a 23-24 Young Guns PSA 10 pop 7,982. 41% gem rate. Last sold for $640 US on July 2nd. All right, I'm going to ask you another question. 3 years from now, whose Young Guns PSA 10 pop is higher, Celebrini or Bedard?
I think Bedard still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the hype.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. There's too much.
Bedard's Young Guns is flat over the past month, down 21% in the past 3 months. 52-week high, 1,100. 52-week low, 405.
That's still very expensive.
Yeah.
Like I did.
For a 8,000 pop card.
Yeah. That's
100%.
That's.
All right, next I want to do a little bit of a roundtable and go a little freeform. I wanted to ask you guys, now that we're kind of in the meat of the offseason, about your teams and how you're feeling about what they've done so far. So we'll start with you, Troy. We talked a little bit about the Byram deal, but in general, are you pleased with how the offseason has gone for the Sabres?
Yeah, I mean, the fan base here, they're already ready to put a statue up of Yarmo. I feel like they're already ready to put a statue up. But no, and here's the thing too, right? It was like, all right, you got the number 4 pick. You can either move. It's a good spot that we haven't been in once again in 15 years. Like, we were excited for the draft because we're like, oh, do we keep number 4? Do we trade it? Like, what are we going to like? Now we're fantasy booking instead of being like, oh, well, we lost the lottery again. And, here we go. We're picking number 2. Daxon Rudolph, I thought was interesting. I thought they were going to take Chase Reed. But the reason that I'm starting to warm up to Daxon Rudolph is it's not like the team at number 5 took Chase Reed. Chase Reed fell to 7 and ended up going to Seattle. So his stock must have dropped somewhere along the line. Rudolph, stature-wise, feels to me like an Owen Power. But we needed a right-handed defenseman. We absolutely need. It was either that or a center. So if Caleb Malhotra would have fell to us, I'd have been fine with that. But I'm fine with Rudolph. I like Zellweger. I think he has a good ceiling. So generally, I think we're still moving in the right direction. I think it's interesting. We didn't try to go after any sort of goalie. Yeah. But I think
you think you're out on the Hellebuck thing now?
It feels like it.
Really, eh? Oh, it's too bad. I was hoping.
I know. I'm just curious. Well, I'm just curious what it would cost at this point. You know what I mean? What the return would have to be for Hellebuck.
A lot.
And, depending on what Winnipeg's asking price is, it might be a little too egregious.
How big of an upgrade would that be over UPL?
Well, see, you got two types of Sabres fans. You got the ones who do believe in UPL and the other ones that are like, yeah, he's fine, but is he going to get you over the hump? Me, I'd send UPL out yesterday. That's just me, though. I would much rather try. Everybody's like, well, Hellebuck's 30. He's a little bit older. I'm like, so?
We could have 10 years left. Easy. Play like Bobrovsky. He keeps himself in shape like Bobrovsky. So,
that's what I mean.
Do you guys ever draft forwards? It seems like that you're every time from Dahlin to Owen Power.
Jack Eichel. And then they trade them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's why I was interested. Like, I thought what we had to address was center or a right-handed defense. We have so many lefties because I think Owen, Power, Dahlin, a lot of those guys are all left-handed. So, no, I wish we would draft a little more offensive-minded than we do.
Yeah. Phil.
Yes. Hello.
I know it's been weird, but what do you, and even aside from Brady, how do you feel about the Senators?
Well, we haven't done. So the scariest thing is what we're not doing, but I think that might be the smartest thing. Everyone's Ottawa's the team now that lost Brady, so we're out of the playoffs. I kind of like that position because everyone, like, look at Philly's trying to do things. Toronto's doing things. Washington is scary now. They got Tuck. I mean, that's a huge, both Protest brothers. Like, so I don't know what's going on. I know we have a lot of money. We have a lot of cap space. We're a small market team. We don't necessarily want to spend to the cap space. Here's the thing. We're in a wait and see moment. And since it's July 6th, it sucks that it's a wait and see moment. Most Ottawa fans are very angry with our general manager right now because they're basically keeping it simple, saying, I can't believe we lost Brady Tkachuk and all we got is William Eklund. I look at it very differently. I look at it as we have a completely different team in the locker room. Who knows how that's going to go? Brady was hurt last year, and every time he was hurt and not at the game, Ottawa was a different team out there. And it was weird. And that probably started, whereas I noticed it and didn't like it, but we played a lot better. Timmy put the team on his back every night.
Yeah.
He is a bit immature, I guess, personality-wise. Maybe not immature is the wrong thing. He's not as stoic as I'd like a leader to be, like Jake Sanderson. I mean, Brady definitely isn't. I was very wrong on that one. I think we're gonna be a good team. We're gonna know very quick. And I'm glad that no one's paying attention to us. I think William Eklund is really going to pop off this year with Stützle. Certain players, you need someone to play with Bedard. Well, we've needed someone to play with Stützle. Brady's been great to sit in front of the net, but I'm talking about finesse, the game, the poetry of hockey is Tim Stützle, and he plays that game and he can take it over. He needs someone to play with, and Fabian Zetterlund isn't it. I don't think Burakovsky is either. We picked up Burakovsky from Chicago. His dad used to play for us in the 90s. It's a sweet story.
Yeah.
But I think that player.
You guys love your sweet stories in Ottawa.
Yeah. Yeah. So our goaltending, speaking of that, our goaltending position is still up to debate. We signed Samuel Arison, who's also a terrible goalie. But, maybe goalies can get bounced back. So I am hopeful that Allmark is a technical goalie. If anybody can bounce back, it's him. He's very large. He can have an off night, but still be technically sound and win us hockey games. He can do it. Yeah. I believe in him. I don't, but I'm trying to. And I really feel like Linus Ullmark maybe can now focus and just play some good 35, 40 games of hockey. Well, I mean, let's be honest, 30, 35. What else? Jordan Spence. We signed Jordan Spence we extended him 4 years, 20 million. I think 20 million. So that's very good. He had a great breakout last year. And everyone, don't forget, we still have Dylan Cousins. We still have Jake Sanderson. We got Thomas Chabot. We have Tyler Clevin. We have a good friggin' hockey team. We have Shane Pinto as our third line center. Most teams would kill to have Shane Pinto as their third line center. He is excellent. Two-way. He is he will make a 20-year career being a fill-in second line center and a permanent third line center. We have a good hockey team, but we have a big role that needs to be filled of a big jerk sitting in front of the net. We don't have that anymore. And we don't need to get that back, but we need to fill some holes. And I think our general manager is waiting and seeing. And I kind of like that. I wish we went to get Marchman. I wish we went to get JJ Peterka. I love Peterka's German. I know, he would have been amazing. And now he went to Boston. Like, what the? I'm mad my general manager didn't try to get Peterka, but who knows what they would have wanted. If they wanted Shane Pinto, then no, you don't get him. So I'm going to leave the professional general manager NHL job to the professional general manager. And I have faith. I'm coming from Melnick years, right? So I'm very happy with my team, my ownership, and my management group. I just hope we make the playoffs, and I think we will. And I think we're going to surprise a lot of teams.
Yeah. I must represent myself and Louis, as he is unavailable to microphone today in our Minnesota Wild. And I need to hearken everyone to a 3 to 4 year span where we were repeatedly every day, every possible moment sold on the notion that once these shackles, the cap jail of the Parisian Marshmallow buyouts are done, our beloved Minnesota Wild will be able to acquire. We'll have the resources, the means, and the desire to acquire talent to help build a championship level roster. And like an idiot, I bought it. We're gonna get a big name. Like, I don't know. Let's get crazy. Maybe get a real center on an NHL team, huh? I don't know. Get weird with the bit, I guess, a little bit. Well, how's that working out for us? We've done nothing.
You lost Zuccarello.
Oh yeah. We're actually in the negative. We've gone on a team that needs offense. We've gone negative on the bit so far, and it appears that we are like Billy G, GM of the year. It's all or nothing on the Dylan Larkin. If we lose out on the Dylan Larkin bit,
you'll get him. Yeah. Why would you not want to go to Minnesota if you're Dylan Larkin? Doesn't make. Who's he besties with? Is that what he's waiting for?
Austin Matthews.
Austin Matthews. Yeah, maybe he wants to go to Toronto. Oh, that would be really crappy for me.
Me too.
I'm a little worried that Yzerman's just gonna be like, no, I'm not trading.
Yeah, you're playing. Yeah.
I mean, doesn't that seem like that there's like a 50-50 chance he's just like takes a stand and I'm like, I'm Steve Yzerman. I don't care.
Yeah, I kind of want him to, but I don't know. I like the drama. It's funny.
Can you make that example in a different situation? Please? Because this one, all the options are gone. Trocheck is in Utah. McTavish is in a blue sweater. Beyond old Larky, the cupboard is pretty bare now when it comes to centers. Heck, we should offer Sheep Bedard. Like, $70 million, I don't care. Pay him whatever. And like you said, we've lost more offense than gained. Zuccarello's gone, Tarasenko's gone, and not that they were world beaters, but you got to replace those points.
Yeah, but isn't Zuccarello Kaprizov's guy?
Best friend.
Yeah, it's those things that are bigger stories than they are. It's those.
They do like Taco Tuesday at Zuccarello's house, and Kaprizov like reads this kid's bedtime story. It's bad.
They used to. Used
to. Oof.
I don't know. And we need to re-sign Quinn Hughes. That sort of hanging over our head too. And so, I mean, if he sees us like go in reverse, this is not the time that you want to be not doing stuff. And so I'm a little worried about the whole situation.
Your boy Billy G seems a little nonchalant. Like a little too. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of urgency out of him.
Well, did you see the whole Zuccarello thing? He's like, yeah, I probably should have talked to him earlier. You know, after he waited till like the last different day of free agency. And he said, I suppose that's my bad. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, thank you. That just further backs up my point of just no urgency.
I'm throwing myself out there, and I'm in the super minority, but I've never been a Billy G guy. He irritates the crap out of me. And it all started, and I'm sorry to be a broken record, but when he got the job, and this might have been the right thing to do, he immediately did the Parise and Suter buyout. And Suter was like a cancer in our locker room. He was terrible. Like the team, they had to go. I'm fine with all that. Okay, good. But then Billy complained every press conference for 4 years that we can't do anything because of the buyouts that he did. It's like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't choose to buy players out and then say, well, I can't do my job because these buyout contracts. It's like that's the world doesn't work that way, dude. You got to overcome the situation.
He got you Quinn Hughes.
He did. So, but he's got to sign him and keep him.
It almost feels like he does like a 1 step forward, 2 steps back type of situation. Like, yeah, the Quinn Hughes thing was great, but then not trying to retain Zook, and that is like, all right, step back.
Do you guys do you think you could use a new shade of green for your uniforms? Do you think that's affecting people not wanting to go there?
I think our uniforms need to be Kelly green, black, and gold and white, like they always were, going back to Gump Worsley in the 1960s. And we were the Minnesota North Stars. That's what I think.
I don't like the green in the wild.
Yeah. So, and then Louis was going to chime in. He has like 4 or 5 other teams he loves, and he's a little depressed about his Devils letting Markstrom go. So he can talk about that.
He was the worst goalie in the NHL last year. Do you know who number 2 was?
I think
you can probably guess if I'm saying it. Yeah.
Your guy. Oh, they did lock up Heischer, and that's his guy. So he's happy about that. Okay, one last thing in Weekly 7. I just thought this was kind of a fun story, and I like how the NHL is helping out the PWHL. So I don't know if you guys saw, but former Golden Gopher, row the boat, Sky Umag, go Gophers, Abby Murphy was selected number 2 overall in the 2026 PWHL draft and spent last Tuesday at Edmonton Oilers development camp. rocking the oil drop.
Nice.
Oilers
That's
general
cool.
manager Stan Bowman invited 3 women's players to the development camp. The other 2 were Chloe Permerano and Caitlin Kramer. Sorry if I butchered the names. Ladies took part in on-ice sessions with 24 other NHL Oilers rookies and prospects. Aaron Ambrose, who plays for the Las Vegas PWHL team, was on ice as a second-year guest coach. And I think what Murphy said is that it's pretty special feeling being here, being part of the Edmonton Oilers organization, having this opportunity as one of the few women here, being able to participate with these big boys. It's been pretty fun. They've been nothing but respectful towards us. It's been a blast so far, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. It's the first time Edmonton has invited women to participate in their development camp. And again, it's for the PWHL to be a lasting concern. And it's kind of the model the NBA used with the WNBA. They sustained losses for 20 years and now have made it into invested into women's sports in that regard, and have made it a viable entity. So good job by the NHL to do that. And then, Abby Murphy will probably be a big Young Guns chase in 2026.
I recognize the
PWHL.
name for sure. She's popular, eh?
Look up her assist, just like Twitter,
Oh.
Abby Murphy assist.
Is that the one where she taps it to her? Yeah, oh yeah, I've seen that. I've watched that so many times.
Oh,
Yeah,
she got a
it's-
good goal out there. Yeah, nice.
It's
An
one of the
assist.
best plays you'll ever see, Phil.
Yeah,
Nice.
It's
Okay.
incredible. The skill there. So
reminiscence of the Boldy in the USA game, kind of, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll make sure to Google that right away.
Okay, so I want to close out the weekly 7 just with an overall kind of couple questions for you guys. We kind of started, the offseason's been bonkers. I can't remember. I mean, it's kind of been boring a little bit the last, you have the draft and then you have minor free agency, but we're seeing offer sheets, trades galore, player empowerment, players like, I want out. I want to play, and not only do I want out, I want to play here. What do you think of it? Is it good? Is it bad? A mixed bag?
I don't think it's good long term.
Yeah, I'd say
Expand
mixed
on that?
bag.
Okay.
Or yeah, go ahead.
Why
What?
not, Phil?
I'm done.
Why not good in long
Right.
term? Just asking you to expand on that a little bit.
Because when it goes 51% to the individual more than the crest on the jersey, that's when the levee breaks. And so I think it's better. I like the way it was. Everyone pretended it was a team sport and we're in it for the crest and don't walk on the logo in the locker room. And you're all kind of performing on the great pretending. I want to get back to that. And then when you're at home with your wife or you're, by yourself with your own thoughts, you have, I'm going to sign the biggest contract because I'm the best on the team and blah, blah, blah. I want to get back to that. Now the individualism and selfishness is open and public and accepted almost. So I think we're kind of screwed.
Well,
I
think
becoming
that,
accepted. Like, I don't want to play here. Like, it's normalizing shit behavior. Sorry for the lack of a better term.
Here's to me why it's a mixed bag is, on one hand, it's good for the marketing of the sport, right? Is that what other leagues have proven is that marketing athletes is more successful than marketing teams. But the bad side of it is what's completely happened in the NBA, and there's been like real studies on this, and it's kind of wild how I don't know the number, but a big percentage of fans that love NBA are not fans of teams anymore. They're fans of players. They just follow the player from team to team. And there was a bunch of written about this when Luka Doncic was traded by the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers, and how many Mavericks, like people in Dallas that were Mavericks fans, just became Laker fans because they were Luka fans and not and because there's no loyalty to teams. Not that teams have much loyalty to players, and I get it's a two-way street, but it's that's I think the risk in all of this is that will the NHL follow suit and all of a sudden
GMs come and go, ownership comes and goes. The legacy, the aura, the whimsical romanticism of the crest on the jersey is what matters. And we're caught in the little splinter of the history book, right? So like Brady Tkachuk, he in 20 years is not going to be looked upon proudly. Or maybe, I don't know, people forget history. They seem to like to write history in real time. if it fits their narrative. It's pretty bonkers. It's the team. It's not the player. That's why this is, yes, it's a mixed bag, but I think it leans towards net negative, because then it's nothing's good's going to happen in the entire world when it falls on the individual. No one's going to cure cancer unless it's for themselves. It's going to get weird, man. Was that too drastic? Is that too much?
No, maybe a little hyperbolic, but any thoughts on this for you, Troy?
Yeah, you kind of said most of it. Definitely mixed bag, in my opinion. But I think what it is for years people have said, well, we got to grow the game of hockey. We got to grow the game of hockey. But hockey is definitely a sport where I feel like it's so stuck in its ways that now that the sport is growing, now people are like, well, we kind of like the way things were. Like, we don't want to see it change. And I think that's tough. But I think that's generations too, right? It's different generations and different ways of seeing the league and how it's growing. But you see Matthew Schaefer, right? He's doing things at children's hospitals. He's doing things like that. Like, obviously we have a good example in Josh Allen. Josh Allen does a lot of that stuff around here in Buffalo.
Great example. He took less money. And he gave the best answer. Sorry, Troy. He gave the best. He goes, when I'm over 100 million or something like that, what's the difference to me? I want to play where I'm happy. Why can't Matthew Schaefer's going to do that? You think Matthew Schaefer is going to, I mean, we could be wrong. 21 million or 19. He's not going to stay in the Islanders to get 21 in Utah?
Okay. Well, let me ask you this, though. He's 26 years old. 6 years from now, never made the playoffs.
Okay, well, that sucks. Then I'd have a press conference with my fans. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would do things that have not been done before. I would have a Matthew Schaefer press conference. I'd say, I'm so sorry. I'm a human being, and I want my kids to see their dad hoist a Stanley Cup. And it's not happening here because of this. You might get dirty and nasty, but I firmly believe honesty and authentic humans will always win in the history books. Yeah. That's what I think matters. Like Josh Allen. I love how you brought that up. He is, I am a huge Buffalo Bills fan now because of Josh Allen. Yeah.
And I think that's right where we're kind of saying we're like, I love that the NHL is letting these players start to show their personalities. Perfect example with Matthew Schaefer. We're seeing his personality, and that's the league needs those personalities to grow, in my opinion. Because
he was the star of the draft.
Right, exactly. He's with Sportsnet. He's doing his thing on Sportsnet. He's interviewing Gavin McKenna, right? And McKenna, I can't get a feel for it yet if he's going to have a personality yet. I'm not sure. He seems like a super nice kid. That's not where I'm just wondering if he's going to bring some life. But like, we got guys like Seth Jarvis, like following the whole storyline from the Olympics to now of Seth Jarvis and his buddies. We can all relate to that type of stuff. So I think fans are just looking for ways to relate to their favorite players.
The NHL should do it more on teams, though. Like, you have a perfect opportunity. The big bad Florida Panthers on the TV, right? Dark imagery. I mean, it's silly. And then against the Utah, like Mormon State. Like, it's funny. You could have
it's the whole, the Castro's a big wrestling guy. It's the heel babyface. The Florida Panthers are the heels. Sure.
And they're not doing that. They're not, the NHL's not doing that. They want the tight tie and I guess it's slowly happening, but it's
slowly for sure.
Like this good old, this polished image. I just feel like, isn't that smashed into oblivion? Like, it's
pretty much.
I mean, not real quick, but to kind of close on that point though, is same thing with the draft. These kids are so polished and media trained now. Like, we don't necessarily get them at the podium and get authenticity. Sometimes I feel like it's all very, I'm excited to skate with these guys and just coming in and, hoping I can help the team. It just feels
I'd much rather have less talking on the microphone and everything. And the guy is actually what he is. Maybe he doesn't. When he had a bad game, you're asking him all these questions. He's showing real human raw emotion compared to the guy that gives all the decent answers, leaves, and then let's say a hot mic picks him up and says, man, I hate these people. This is crazy. Like that fraudulent behavior. Mm-hmm. I much prefer that raw human emotion in those interviews.
Slab Sharks is Gongshow partner sponsor. Thankful for their support of our show. The current Slab Sharks weekly eBay auction is live and ends on Thursday night. More than 6,700 cards to choose from. Tons of big cards, and beyond that, big rails to any type of PC card that you might want. They have it pretty much. Head to slabsharks.com, mark your favorite, get your early bids in. Slab Sharks is, of course, the premier weekly hockey auction, the biggest auction there is too. And in our opinions, the absolute best spot to sell your hockey cards, anything really $10 and up. The weekly Slab Sharks auction is a place to be. They have a worldwide audience and will expose your cards to the largest possible pool of hockey collectors. And if you're an American hockey collector, we've got you covered. The Gongshow is partnered with Slab Sharks. We're the official USA submission center. If you get your cards to us by Tuesday, we'll have them in that week's auction for you. You don't have to worry about any pain or hassle of international shipping. Plus, as of last month, Slab Sharks now pays out in U.S. dollars via the Wise app or ACH to your bank account. So there's really no reason now not to submit your cards to the biggest and best weekly hockey auction there is. Oh, and I almost forgot. Slab Sharks does all the work. It's really and truly a concierge service. So for complete consignment information, including payout rates, and to get the submission process started today, head to slabsharks.com. Hobby news!
Hobby news!
Hobby news.
You hear that from the kitchen?
Got it.
Oh, Baba Louie. Okay, well, a couple of kind of grading centric things in hobby news today. So first of all, we got the June 2026 grading recap, where grading's been shut down basically by all bulk services for PSA pretty much last month. It'll be interesting to see how that affected the numbers. Do you guys anticipate that had a material impact on cards graded last month?
I don't think so. I think, well, because of all the cards that still were coming through right before they shut everything down. So
I agree with Troy.
Okay.
I don't have an opinion, believe it or not, on that. Yeah.
Well, hold on to your knickers, boys, because last month a total of 3.5 million trading cards were graded.
Were we right? Did we win, Troy?
I think we did.
Yes.
I think we did.
Which is an annual run rate of 42 million cards. It's hard to comprehend even that many. 3.5 million is an all-time record for any month that GemRate has tracked. The previous high was 3.1 million cards graded in a month. And have a breakdown for you. So PSA graded 2.5 million cards last month, up 21% over May and 74% up year over year.
74 on the year? Why don't I get numbers like that?
It was a record month for PSA. CGC graded 763,000 cards, had similar growth to PSA, up 19% month over month and 78% year over year. Again, a record month for CGC. Beckett, I don't know, is it a comeback? A strong month, 146,000 total cards graded. Believe it or not, a record month of cards graded ever for Beckett.
Well, yeah, PSA.
Interesting. Yeah. Well.
Tag finished with 54,000 cards graded, a record month for Tag. And then SCG was limping along, 39,000 cards graded, down 75% year over year. That business is hurting. So here's the big question of the day. What percentage of the 3.5 million trading cards last month were sports cards? You guys want to guess?
I would say 1.2.
Guess a percent, because that's what I have.
Oh, percent. I would guess 65% are 55% are sports cards. Just barely.
Ooh, all right. I'm gonna go Price is Right rules. I'm gonna go 49%.
You're such a loser, as if you just did that.
Both great guesses, both horribly wrong.
What?
27% of total cards graded last month were sports cards.
No way. Really?
73% of all cards graded are basically Pokemon at this point.
That's gonna come back to earth. I'm sorry. You don't get that's gonna fall so hard. I totally be wrong, but everything in my 45 years of life experience, you have that much of a explosion, the fall's gonna be strong. The fall's gonna be more epic. Yeah.
while only about a quarter of the total cards graded last month are sports cards, they were up. So, and kind of breaking down the sports card categories. So PSA graded 726,000 sports cards, up 16% month over month and 38% year over year. They still represent about 76% of all sports cards graded is by PSA. CGC had the second most sports cards, 135,000, up 2% year over year. Beckett, 52,000 sports cards, had some big growth, up 20% month over month and 83% year over year. SGC graded 37,000 cards. And then I think we've shown tag appreciation. And you hear it in the comments a lot. A lot of people really like them, but tag has gone almost entirely TCG. 3,000 sports cards graded last month. 0.3% of all sports cards graded were, yeah.
You know, if this was a science fiction movie, like the opening would be the movie's introducing a new world, a new science fiction world for the viewer. And the only way I could see TCG not crashing and flattening like a pancake or a crepe would be as if the new world in 25 years, the currency is Pokemon slab cards. Like that's the only way. If it just keeps going, sure, we'll be wrong. But there's not enough middle, top middle, low middle, bottom floor to support the top. There just isn't, unless it keeps going, right? But I mean, so the world currency has to be Pikachu's for this to work.
But I think too, like from a grading perspective, when you look at tag, like why they've kind of abandoned sports cards, grading Pokemon, if you stop and think about it for a minute, is infinitely easier than sports cards. The cards are one shape and one size every time. Think of all the thicknesses and die cuts and all the crazy sizes of and printing technologies and hockey cards. Is that Pokemon is so much more uniform that I guess blame. It's probably way more profitable for tag to grade Pokemon.
I'm not going to blame anybody for trying to make money. Yeah, like, oh no, we made money easier this way. We should probably keep doing it that way. Yeah, let's do it.
Probably. Okay, so the National is coming up the end of July, beginning of August. I know Troy will be there. The Gongshow will be there. We're doing a bunch of fun stuff for Upper Deck that can't wait to talk to you guys about soon. And as the information starts to trickle in, Baba Louie sent this to me that PSA released their on-site grading charges for the 2026 National in Rosemont, Illinois at the end of the month. And holy moly, you better be a high roller.
Oh, wow.
So at the cheapest, $230 US to get a card graded. Probably prices out your Shane Pinto Young Guns, huh, Phil?
Yeah, I think I'm out of that. Yeah, my card collecting arc, I'm very grateful for. I think I got out right at the right time there.
And that's at a max insured value of $2,500. Includes end of show turnaround. Then it goes up to on-site Super Express, which is $400. Max value of $5,000. End of day turnaround if dropped out by noon. Then you have walkthrough at $700 with the max value of $10K. A 4-hour turnaround. It goes up from there. The most you can spend is $12,000 to get your card graded USD. If you have a pretty banger card with the max value of $250,000 plus, you will again 4-hour turnaround on that one. So
the insurance ratio changes, right? So like on-site express $230 per card, max insured value $2,500. Let's, for poops and giggles, let's round down. So 23% of your on-site express, or 12%. What is it?
About 10. It's less than 10.
Yeah. Sorry. So it's half that. Yeah, it's
a lot. I mean, insurance you think could be 1 or 2% at
but
most.
for what that's people are not. I love the authentication of it. I love to me, that's what you're paying for.
Yeah.
I don't think other people view it that way though. And that's, you're paying a lot for you not viewing something a certain way to pay 12% or 10%. That's, I mean, I wish I had shares in these companies.
Well, here's how I read the tea leaves on this. So PSA shut down bulk services, and they don't want people taking their $50 Young Guns to the National. You have to they want to make sure that in overwhelming their system with those types of cards so you have to have $1,000 plus card probably to justify grading it there
I don't
at this
want
point.
$50 Young Guns card. I like that. I want far less cards graded. Far less. It's an obstacle in my way to find cards that are raw.
Yeah. So, anything to add to that, Troy?
No, I think, you just make a good point, obviously, with this whole shutdown thing of bulk. Obviously, it's not great that they're raising the prices. Nobody wants that, but I think that's what it is. It's a mechanism to try to slow down the bulk being submitted so they can attempt to catch up.
Yeah.
That's just what it seems like to me.
All right, new product releases brought to you by Gongshow friend and partner Total Sports Cards and their breaking outfit GP Sport Cards. Grant and crew will be in Halifax with us this week, so it'll be fun to hang out with those guys a little bit. Be sure to stop by his booth, check out some of the amazing inventory he always brings, and then if you have cards to sell, we know, of course, Grant will be buying in Halifax. He's ready to pay you out. If you won't be at the show, though, and have a collection to sell, you can message him on Instagram or call them at their shop in Etobicoke, Total Sport Cards. And then also, they have a website, totalsportcards.com, where they can ship any hobby box you need to anywhere in Canada. So check that out. 25-26 Parkhurst was delayed.
Oh.
So it's supposed to come out on Wednesday, but we're not going to we're going to be doing our Expo recap show next Monday. So I wanted to get our preview in maybe a little bit early. The release date is now July 15. And it's a big one. And maybe a little scary for our guy Phil, who's the president of the Parkhurst Champions fan club, or the former Parkhurst Champions fan club. And now we're on to Parkhurst. We have a new configuration, structure, and format. And the end of the Champions. Of course, it's just Parkhurst now. So overall, Phil, are you optimistic or pessimistic about this one?
Optimistic. Look at the label here.
It looks awesome.
Great.
Yeah. There's going to be something talker in 1 second that's a big deal that I'm curious how you're going to respond to.
Okay.
So we're going to review some of the key sets and cards on the checklist, as well as the designs. Remember that you can see right now the complete 2025-26 Parkhurst checklist on hockeychecklist.com. Okay, so here's where we get into probably bigger than dropping the Champions off of the name. The base set. There's 250 total cards in the base set. 200 vets, 50 rookies, no legends.
Okay. We'll see.
So I think like the Champions thing was probably where the legends came in. That's a little bit of a bummer to me, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, but they gave us 3 years of a pretty good pool. So I'm grateful for that. I will reserve judgment until I see the set in hand, but I'm okay with that.
Maybe that's a good point. Maybe to keep regurgitating Patrick Waugh cards and Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux, it doesn't help in the long run. So, Troy, is this a set you guys will break, or maybe for a day or two, or is it kind of low end for the breaking side of what you guys do at Dave and Adams?
So I don't want to get too far ahead because I'm sure you'll bring this up, but I will say that I'm looking at Parkhurst in a different light this year than I have in past years, where, I probably will break it because I look at it two ways. It seems to be one of the more affordable products right now. Yeah. You're guaranteed something. And as well, we don't have any releases right now. You know what I'm saying? So like, it'll fill a nice gap where it's like, okay, here's a new release. And
don't you, if it's not Parkhurst, it's Ultimate, which is like the 22nd of the month, I think, or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Can't you go to the warehouse though and grab some cool stuff?
I did last week. We broke 0506 SP Authentic.
Oh, that's fun.
That was.
Did it go well?
It could have gone better. We'll put it that way.
That's a hard no. Yeah.
I tried to have fun with it, and we did have, we saw some cool names, but could have gone better for sure. Yeah. Definitely could have gone better.
Well, there's two cards people are looking for, and if you don't hit one of them, it's going to be a little bit of a disappointment. So
exactly.
All right, let's dig into the base set. So on the veteran side, you have, again, 200 players. There's a number of parallels. There's a space travel back. That's 1 and 3 in blasters. A blank back, unknown odds. Gum back, which is a print run of not numbered, but print run of 299. Established 1951 gold, again, not numbered, but a print run of 151. Established 1941 or 51, I think, Emerald Ice out of 51. 1954-55 Wrapper Back out of 15. And established 1951 Gold Spectrum 101 and Printing Plates 101. So,
Okay.
thoughts on the base design? Very clean.
Yeah, very Parkhurst. They're staying very true to Parkhurst cards.
Yep.
And then at rookies, again, there's 50 rookies on the checklist, which I like because that's a little bit, sometimes you get like O-Pee-Chee Platinum when there's 100 rookies and you get a lot of people you've never heard of. Again, pretty much the same parallels as with the base veterans. The inserts is where you kind of sticking to the Champions vibe, maybe getting a little weirder. They've got some interesting ones. I picked out 4 to highlight. Art Deco is kind of one of the more common ones, but I think is a cool design. Look, kind of the Great Gatsby sort of period.
Yeah, Howard Hughes kind of action there.
Yeah. 1 in 11 hobby, 1 in 20 blaster, 15 players on the checklist. It features all young players, 25 and under, like more in the prospect pool. Then now here's a dose of the weird. We have Canadian birds. Phil, do you have a favorite Canadian bird?
I don't. I'm not a big bird guy, but I mean a duck, I guess, a goose. Yeah.
I think the Canada goose or the black-throated blue warbler, which is on the checklist.
What did you just call me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are 1 in 16 hobby, 1 in 30 blaster. And then a couple of more of the tougher chase hockey ones. You have Hockey Comics, which is a 1 in 300 pack odds.
Oh, that's cool.
1 in 375 blaster. 16 players on the checklist, all-star and veteran players, I believe.
I wonder who the artist is.
Yeah, I don't know. And then another tougher chase at 1 in 192 pack odds, 1 in 600 blaster is Nuclear Fusion.
Ooh, what does that look like?
I like this one a lot.
Oh,
It's very Jetsons.
Yeah. Yes.
15 players on the checklist. Includes a few rookies. Zane Parake, Ryan Leonard, Zeev Bium, Demidov, and Jimmy Snuggs are the rookies on the Nuclear Fusion.
How are we doing on autos?
Here we go. There's a couple auto sets in 25-26 Parkhurst. So you have the established 1951 autographs for vets and rookie autos here. Overall odds for vets are... this is both vets and rookies. Overall odds are 1 in 40, include short print, super short print. The short prints are Bedard, Celebrini, Demidov, and McDavid. And there's one super short print. It's Dalibor, hope your parents don't get a Dvorsky. So,
all right.
Then there's the only other auto set is Penworks, and they've broken this up into both vets and autos. I kind of like this one. It actually reminds me a little bit of one of the how clean you get in some of these Centennial sets. So for vets, overall odds are 1 in 60, hobby and e-pack, 1 in 175 blaster, 53 players on the checklist, 1 short print in Celebrini. What do you think of the design on this one, Phil?
I judging by the cover of the box, I thought it was going to have maybe more of a
retro
50s, 60s vibe. I like these cards. There's nothing I don't like so far. I like them. Just nothing's really coming. I'm like, oh, I got to get that one. I want to see that not the Nuclear Fusion, the space travel time card. Maybe I'll like that one a lot.
Okay. And then on rookies, there's 47 players on the checklist, 1 in 40 hobby e-pack, 1 in 125 blaster. The super short prints are Dvorsky and Troy's guy, Noah Oslin.
Yeah.
And then we have some multiplayer. We have duos, trios, and quads. Duos are out of 25, trios out of 15, and quads out of 10. Only 2 memorabilia sets in 2025 Parkhurst. So you have rookies auto patch, 32 players on the checklist. All are serial numbered either out of 49 or 25. I like the design a lot. I think it's very clean.
Mm-hmm.
There's like we kind of seen in Parkhurst, kind of an odd shaped memorabilia window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Much better than last year's, though.
Much better than the circle, for sure. The long rectangle.
You can get some real nice patches with that shape, I think.
Yeah. And then here's where it gets, I think, the most retro card in the preview, Phil, are the 1954-55 retro patch autos. So on the vet side, these are out of 49, 25, 10, or 5.
Yeah, I love these. Yeah. Big
30
fan.
players on the checklist. I don't know if they all have the star because McDavid and Hellebuck and Vasilevsky are they have like special designations for first and second All-Star selections. So
Oh.
both McDavid and Hellebuck were first All-Star selections the year before, and Vasilevsky was a second team All-Star selection.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if that's why the star is on the back of the card, but this is a very cool card.
Very cool. Yeah, big fan. I'm actually interested in I'm looking for cheap cases of the first year 22-23 Parkhurst champions. If anyone knows of $500 Canadian prices, I'll buy one. It's a waste of $500, but I love opening it. You know, David Adams has them for $50 each. If Troy can figure out a deal to bring some cases up here for 500 Canadian, you have a buyer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then there's
I'll get to the lab and work on it.
Thank you.
There's also a 1954-55 Retros in Action auto patch. There's no preview for that, but there's 3 players on the checklist. All are out of 25. It's Marchenko, Jordan Kyrou, and Matthew Nyes, which is kind of funny. And if you follow rumors, all 3 of them could be on different teams.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why card collecting is going to suck without the loyalty a little bit, you know? Yeah.
There is a number of updates from 2022, 23, and 24, and some very big names too. I mean, kind of a long list. You have Seth Jarvis, Jason Robertson, Cale Makar, Sundin, Quinnesota, Jack Eichel, Bedard, Austin Matthews, Brad Marchand, Fantilli, Patrick Waugh, Mark Messier, Mario Lemieux, and Steve Yzerman, just to name a few. And here's what to expect in a hobby box. You get 1 autograph, 4 number cards, 16 base set rookies, 16 1954-55 Parkhurst retro cards, 10 Parkhurst Canadian birds, fish, Canadian provinces, prominent prospects, 50 throwbacks, cook-in, and or Art Deco cards in a box.
Oh, I like the provinces, prominent prospects. They should have just. I don't get the fish and birds thing.
Yeah,
it's
kind of like Goodwin's Champions a little bit.
I was going to say very Goodwin-esque.
Yeah, I don't like Goodwin. I like Parkhurst.
So pre-sales for 2025-26 Parkhurst on David Adams, where Troy's familiar, 130 US. I haven't seen any pre-sales yet, but if it's 130 here in the US, it must be about $4 in Canada because
Hope so. I hope so.
And I don't know if this was going to be your kind of overall point, Troy, and maybe as it relates to breaking, but one of the key topics we've had in our hobby as of late is the people, complaining about the unaffordability of hobby boxes.
Yeah.
And what I'm most happy about with Parkhurst that Upper Deck has stuck to is on-card autos, great looking patch cards in a $130 box.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure.
Don't take away from the old Parkhurst too. Just because it's a new Parkhurst set, all the other years are great, except last year's. It's okay. But the first 2 years are, keep your eyes. If you like hockey cards and you're not looking to be an entrepreneur, this is the set for you. I'm telling you. If you don't like the design, fine. Okay, that's subjective. But it's a great product Upper Deck has. I can't wait to open up a box of this.
Well, to your point, Phil, I did some breaks of 22-23.
Awesome.
I did some case breaks of it. People were eating it up because, it's so cheap, so affordable now that even a random team, even if you do a random team, you were still getting
it's cozy. It's like, I don't know. There's something very comfy, cozy, Christmassy about it. I love it. It's so good. I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah. And you guys may be able to help me with this one because I'm not well versed in Parkhurst, but this year, obviously being guaranteed an auto, did that start last year? Or is this the first time they're doing it where you're guaranteed an auto?
So the first year you did not get a guaranteed auto.
Right, exactly. I knew that. So that's what I'm saying. Did 23, 24, 24, 25? Oh, okay.
Checklist boy. Josh is a checklist. We have a checklist website. I think you should check it.
I know that.
Yeah,
one.
I'm trying to look that up right now.
Keep talking, Phil. Keep talking.
Yeah, keep.
So, how was your week, Troy?
So last year was either an auto, memorabilia, or a lenticular card.
Okay, so
You were
this
not
is
guaranteed.
so that's why it's kind of changing my mind on breaking it too, where this is the first year, then you're guaranteed an auto. I think that sells a lot of people.
And as a breaker, I've heard that's the big sell. That's what you need.
The hobby's so
that's a big
hardwired
thing.
into that. You hear it from shops too. Like Upper Deck, if they don't guarantee an auto in a box, they have a hard time selling the product.
That's how you get a civilian into the
Into the hobby.
worship, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
So Phil, are we ready for game mailbag?
Yes, we are. All right, boys, here we go. Gongshow mailbag time. Take a load off Josh. Big Philly's got it. Okay. Instagram, Suzuki Ichiro cards. What do you guys think of lower end / fan favorite type players sprinkled into the cup? Personally, I'd love to see Kelly Rudy or Alexander Daig with some nice patch autos. Josh, what do you think?
I get where he's coming from, and we all have 3 or 4 players that are probably more niche that we would love to see. But the challenge is who else would like those players. So I think if Upper Deck carved out 2, 3, 4 spots a year in the cup for some of those more, I'll call them like fan favorites that don't have a lot of hobby hype, and alternated players through that could maybe work.
So if I bought a $2,000 box of cards and I got a Kelly Rudy auto, I'd probably not be happy. So
Fair.
Troy seems to be agreeing. And yeah.
Yep. In agreement with that. Definitely.
Okay. Next question. Instagram. Mailbag question. Which you may not know, but could we add this to the QEUE of questions to ask the Upper Deck crew? I'm in a group and we do the SP Authentic Bounty each year. How do they decide on the bonus cards? 91 cards in the bounty, and then cards 92 to 100 are the bonus. A, mix of veterans, legends, and rookies. This year, the choices seem kind of weird. No offense to any of the players, but Patrick Sharp and Zdeno Chara as the legends. Rookies are Snuggerud, Leonard, and Levshinov. They're fine players, but with the rookie crop of Misa, Schaefer, Demidov, Seneca, etc., choices seem questionable. Past few years, the legends were Gretzky, Mario, or Messier. I'm sure they like to mix it up, but I'm curious how they make those choices. Thanks a ton. I don't get bounties, and I don't get the sense of urgency that comes with them, and I'll hand that off to Josh.
I reached out to Tony Sirianni, and he agreed that the names weren't up as good as they should have been on the awards, and he said that they're correcting that next year. I think the sense of urgency comes from, Phil, that there's certain bounty awards that are limited, like the first 20 or 25 get the best cards, and so people are trying to finish them right away. Now, Troy, I know that some breakers have like do deals where they have everyone pool. They're like, let's say it's SPA release day and you end up opening 10 cases. They'll create some, I don't know how they manage it, but some sort of pool where everyone goes in on the bounty and then you random off the cards. Have you ever done anything like that?
No, but it's funny you say that because, I remember, I think Money Moose and Breezy did it. Like, I think their communities, they combined into, I think they do it. But no, once again, right, it's tough because we're a corporation and then like other breakers are breakers. So I think it would just,
it's a lot to manage.
Exactly. It would just be a ton to manage with like customer service and that. And somebody's like, well, I didn't get my card, and then it just creates a whirlwind if everybody's not on the same page.
All right. Good question. Next question. Instagram, Mark Commemorabilia. Hey, just wanted to follow up on something that you guys covered in an episode a few weeks ago. Do we see Jackson Cover, the Cayman Islands kid, becoming a big chase after landing with Ottawa in the first round? He was the last pick in the first round, pick 32. Oh my God, what a story. I'm very excited about this kid. When Ottawa picked him up, the last pick on the first round, I was so excited. What a smile. I think the general manager, our general manager, Steve Staios, is trying to pick up high caliber humans of like good fibered humans. And I think he hit a home run with this kid. I mean, ultimately we'll find out, but just watching his mom and how emotional she was when he got picked. He started playing hockey at 12, 13,
no,
roller hockey?
14, 15, he hadn't skated ever.
Yeah, 14, 15, never skated. So, I mean, talk about big risk, big reward. But what an upside this kid has. I'm so excited to see what he can do. When someone is that athletic and they're going through puberty, I mean, come on. That's not why we watch hockey, to see how these kids become men and phenomenal athletic machines out there, right? So I'm very happy, very happy. Okay, thank you. And for your second question, For everybody, for a modern player, would you rather a Young Guns PSA 10 or a thick ungraded rookie card patch auto? I've always leaned to the RPA, but the value lays with the Young Guns and the high-end autos. Troy's thinking. We'll let Josh answer that while I'm thinking with Troy.
I'm not like a base Young Guns PSA 10 guy. I'm also not a RPA guy because I like game use memorabilia. So I mean, maybe if it was like I'm a Outburst Young Guns fan, so I will vote there.
If it's a player on my Sens, I'm going RPA,
Okay.
most likely. But if it's like a player on a different team, not on my Sens, I think I'm with Josh on that. I'm big on the Outburst parallels these days. Troy?
Yeah, I guess if I had to choose one of these, I'd probably go Young Gun. This may be unpopular, but I like patches, but at the same time, I like just the cleanliness of just like a nice on-card auto with no other patch on it. So I feel like I'd probably in this instant, I would lean more toward the Young Guns.
I have different criteria for different cards. So just an insert card, some of my criteria would be like, I want it to pop, I want it to be shiny, and I want it to be centered. If it's an auto, I can really go easy on the design of the card if the autograph is stupendous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
But then is it shoulders up picture? Is it there's so many different variables depending on what highway you're driving on, but they're all hockey cards. It's interesting. Josh, did I ask you? Do you know? Did you already answer?
Yeah, I did.
You did. Okay. Yeah. I don't have an opinion. Okay. Next question. Hero 86. Nope. Wrong. The sports cards journey. Hey boys. Hey man. I've been buying hockey cards on eBay for years now with no real issues. Recently, mail days have started to go missing. All of the sellers have been gracious and issued refunds. We aren't talking a lot of money value-wise, but it's concerning nonetheless. Yeah, no kidding. I've noticed it only happens with plain white envelopes, nothing packaged larger than that ever has had an issue. I have two questions. Is there a way to bring this up to the post office and get anywhere? I find it hard to believe that they are stealing anything because they are not valuable hockey cards. Secondly, I buy a lot from the same sellers and I'm worried they will start thinking I'm trying to scam them. Any advice would be helpful. Right off the bat, man, if there's smoke, there's fire. I'm big on that. Sometimes you're wrong, but not usually. And one individual is not the representative of the entire postal system. It's usually one guy. I say make waves at your post office. That's what I say. Josh, do you have any?
Well, the one thing I'll comment on is he said that he finds it hard to believe that somebody would be stealing packages along the way.
Would.
I think postal theft is a very, very real thing in sports cards now. So
that's how they get you, man.
That.
There's lots of different ways to hustle and scam, right? There's so many avenues and little crevices. Why would they steal a $100 card from me? Well, I've stolen 3 $60 cards from you, and you haven't noticed. Something like that, Anywho, Troy's nodding, he agrees. Next question. Hero 86. Hi, guys. Hello. Would you still love hockey cards as much if they were not produced by Upper Deck? Ooh, why do you got to ask me that? If they were produced by Topps Fanatics and became the same cross-platform generic designs you would see them create for NFL, NBA, and MLB, would it stop you collecting? Damn you, Hero. To me, it seems what makes them so special is that alongside the amazing players, you have these incredible designs that no other major sports cards have, and that makes them even more unique and special. Troy, do you want to lead us off? How do you feel about this?
Yeah, I think if they were able to tap into nostalgia, kind of like Upper Deck does with things like Skybox Metal and that, I'd be okay with it because, imagine a Topps Finest or a Topps Chrome Hockey or O-Pee-Chee Chrome Hockey again, or, no, Finest is what I'm thinking of. You could do like the mystery refractors that you kind of peel off and things like that. I think it would be cool. And a super fractor gold vinyl, like I know we have golden treasures in Upper Deck, but I don't know, something about that I think would look really cool too.
Josh, thoughts?
We're Team Upper Deck here. So say that right out of the gate, and very happy that Upper Deck is producing cards. Now, one thing that this question made me thought of that I hadn't really considered because we don't have to is, and I get it, how Topps and Fanatics out of efficiency is using the same card designs. So Topps Chrome football, baseball, basketball, WWE, soccer, they all look the same. And part of me doesn't like that. It's like it's very homogenized.
Mm-hmm. You want variety.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Panini cards I like, and there's a lot of Topps cards I like, but they're less than 1% compared to the Upper Deck designs and inserts. So I love and respect Topps and Panini for sure, but it doesn't even come close. So I'm an Upper Deck fanboy through and through. All right, next question. Discord, JJ. What do you think the long-term impact of the new salary cap offer sheet era is going to be? Woo! I don't really, I mean, I do get it. It's more of a thing I'm just saying, but it's definitely making it interesting. It's making the offseason a lot more enjoyable to follow along. It's not making being a hockey fan of my team enjoyable, though. I'm getting a little nervous, right? I'm a small market team, Ottawa, so is Troy, kind of so is Josh. We can't compete with the big boys, you know? So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't like it overall. I like it today, but I don't like it for tomorrow. Troy, do you have an opinion on it?
I think kind of like you're saying, though, it is fun to watch along with the drama when you're a small market team and you just accept the fact that you can't play with the big boys. So it's kind of fun. It was kind of fun being an outsider looking in on everything that's going on.
Yeah, but I've been an Expos fan my whole life. How did that turn out, right? The Dodgers just kept buying their team. We couldn't even beat them in the World Series.
Yeah.
Not World Series, sorry, the pennant. You know,
you're right, though.
Anyway. Josh, what do you think?
I'll agree with you guys. The one thing I'll add, though, is that I don't know if we're at a offer sheet era yet. Let's see how many more of these get done and if the Leo Carlson thing is more of a one-off.
Look, none of these, what I was trying to say earlier with my Sens is just because you're making waves and making big moves in the offseason, all the big teams right now, doesn't mean you're going to make the playoffs. Look at Troy's team, Buffalo, last year. Me, you, everybody, even you, Troy, we all laughed at Buffalo before the puck even dropped. Mm-hmm. How did they do? How did their season go? They wagoned everybody.
Yep.
You know, we don't know. My team, my Sens could be so bad this year where everything gets blown up. Stützle ends up on the Wild. Cousins goes back to Buffalo, or my team could be the Buffalo of last year. We have no chemistry is such a beautiful thing, you know, just because you're a great player doesn't mean you're going to play great with another great player. Mm-hmm. Things we don't know that. So, all right, next question. Thanks, JJ. Instagram, Geppetto Cards. Hello. What percent of 2018 to 2026 cards currently valued at $500 or more still hold above $500 50 years from today? Geppetto Cards thinks it's going to be less than 1%, and I love it. I say less than 5%, maybe. Yeah. I think a big reckoning is coming. A big chapter of a reckoning is coming.
Think of inflation though in 50 years. Like what is $500 in 50 years? It's not the spirit of his question, but you know.
Yeah, but the rate, like what? The inflation our generation has eaten the biggest. Like 20 years ago, $1. 20 years ago to our parents at our age wasn't that far off. To us, it's a lot different.
Yeah.
All right. Troy, do you have any thoughts?
No, I mean, it's a very thought-provoking, interesting.
Yeah, I think question. That's what it is. Makes you think a bit. Things to make you go, Okay. Next question. Facebook, Barrick Christian. Not a question, but on June 12th, my dad suddenly passed away. I rushed to the airport, and as I was sitting and waiting to go home, Friday Nights with Phil came on. I just want to say it was really nice to laugh a little at Dave's expense for forgetting. I sent him a Kopitar Photo FX Gold card. Good job, Dave. And feel like my world was normal for a bit. I know the show isn't meant to be taken too seriously, but I just wanted to thank all of you for what you do. Barrick, I am very sorry for your loss. Gone but not forgotten. I'm sure you have amazing memories of your father, and thank you for your share. I'm glad we gave you a few minutes where the colors and the sounds sounded back to normal. Head up, soldier. You'll be good. You will be good. It's part of life, and I really appreciate you sharing that with us. Thank you, Barrick. Okay, next question. Discord. Gunther_cards96. Oh, I'm sorry, Josh. Did you want to say something? I'm very sorry.
I would just throw in there very briefly that the thought that us idiots could ever help make anyone's day a little bit better if you're having a rough day is very humbling. And I can't think of anything that is a better reward for us doing this.
Troy's nodding and he agrees.
Mm-hmm.
Discord, Gunther_cards96. Am I wrong? No, wait, yeah, here we go. Thanks, Louis. Hey, boys, one for the captain here. That's you, Joshy Poo.
Oh, okay.
I was wondering why a lot of products seem to get delayed or pushed back by Upper Deck. Well, it's Billy's fault. You guys update us with the product release calendar, yet it seems a lot of sets get pushed back a week or two. Yeah, Josh loves the emails. Parkhurst and Ultimate being two very recent examples.
So there's a number of reasons why it happens, and anything you can think of has probably happened, from production issues to, maybe logistics kind of stuff. I would say, though, most often it's because players don't get autographs back on time.
The simplest answer is the answer. There we go. Thanks, Josh. And thank you, Gunther Cards. Facebook, Larry Lutz. If that's your real name, Larry. Player selection for inserts, especially autographs and rookies, has increasingly gotten worse every year. Yep. Who decides which players' autographs go into each set and what can be done to have a better selection of players in these sets? Curriculum in elementary schools is the number one reason I will fight for Upper Deck, physically and metaphorically, for this topic. It has nothing to do with Upper Deck. I know you're not saying, Larry. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. I'm not implying you are. But I will have a nervous breakdown if I hear another person say, "What's wrong with Upper Deck? These autographs suck." Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah, that's I think it's going to be very interesting to see how autographs in the world are going to be, right? Is it a fingerprint? Is it a digital signature?
Great point. And because the auto topic has been so huge, and Troy, you can chime on this too, with that, we're calling it the scribble era. Yeah. But could you guys see 10 years from now where we never have to sign our name again?
That's what I'm saying. It's a much big, it's not a sports card issue. It's a big brain.
So
come on.
Will people care about autographs if if it's not even a thing in our society anymore to sign your name?
It's still Upper Deck's fault though. Yeah.
How many things can you e-sign now? You know what I'm saying?
How is that even a signature, dude? A click is not personal or unique.
Right.
It broke my brain. There's certain thing, I didn't pay attention when I started my business a lot. My partner did. But when I got rid of my partner, I had to learn this world. I was like, no, I didn't sign anything. They're like, yes, you did, sir. You clicked here. That's not, anyone could have done that. You can log in with my stuff.
Yeah.
That's weird, dude. Ocular. It's got to be ocular or fingerprint or DNA, a little fingerprint. I don't know. This e-clicking signing is not working for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Larry. Oh, wait. Did you answer that, Josh? No?
I think, though, the coordinators choose, but I think the larger point that we talked about is more interesting.
Yeah, we're concerned, but I'm not concerned to the point of upsetness. I'm very curious to see what's coming. Okay, Instagram. Thank you, Larry. Instagram, John Stars Cards. Did my Celebrini 2025-26 SP Authentic Patch Auto out of 25 sell for too much? Haven't heard that before. Seems like a lot. What did it sell for, John Stars?
I didn't take the bait. But it's like, I can't figure this out. Is this an authentic question, or is somebody trying to...
I don't get it. What's the bait?
You want to look up the value of the card, and
I'm not. Wrong show, dude. I'm not.
Or is somebody trying to like brag about their sale a little bit? I mean, the only thing I can think of to say, John Stars, is that if you're concerned that your card sold for too much, then contact the buyer and offer a 50% refund.
Yeah, there you go. Good answer, Josh. Troy agrees. Next question. Instagram. James Ficky. Fakai. I don't know. Louis spells half of these wrong, so I don't know. I mean, I could be insulting.
No, this one's spelled right.
Is it? Okay.
And then in Louis' defense, it's like probably 50-50 where I F it up, and then he...
Well, if that's defending him, I'd hate to see what attacking him's like. Anyways. Okay, Instagram. Yeah, we already said your name. Do you think the cards of players who stay on one team are more valuable than those who play on multiple teams? I'll go first. I put a premium on a player's loyalty, so I will be paying less for Brady Tkachuk Florida Panthers cards. Josh, what do you think?
I think, yeah, that generally there could be exceptions, but the rule of thumb is yes.
Troy is a very loyal fellow as well. Does he have thoughts on this?
Yep, I just think it goes back to earlier conversation about what you were talking about, Phil, with like, this era. Well, this era of being loyal to the crest, or
Oh yeah,
just
it was me.
kind of bouncing around. So yeah, I mean, I think guys like an Austin Matthews I think his value would take a hit if he went to another team. I think everybody he's known for being in the Maple Leaf sweater, and that's what people want.
Good answer. All right, third last question. McClellan Brett. Will Schaefer prices drop in the summer and climb once again during next season like we saw with Celebrini last year after he had a strong freshman season? Or are we looking at a slow decline in Schaefer prices no matter what? A little above my pay grade. We'll let Josh head this one.
Well, I think that, Brett, you have to remember that Celebrini did not take off until the end of last November. And so he was pretty soft in the summer. Like, I remember even at the expo asking dealers if they were buying, and they were kind of like half in, half out on Celebrini. And so whereas Schaefer has had all the hype all year, and if you add into that too the fact that we're going to have Ultimate Collection coming out and maybe Tableau yet this summer, that there's going to be a number of pretty significant 2025-26 releases that I don't see Celebrini hype, Schaefer hype fading this summer. But what do you think, Troy?
I mean, I think this is just typical hobby. Like if we're talking in general, I mean, players just maybe take a slight dip in the off season because you're not seeing them on social media or on your TV screen every single night like you would in season. But to your point as well, I think I agree that, you still have Cup and Ultimate and all these, big rookie releases for Schaefer with, different shields and different RPAs that I don't think there's really going to be too much of a dip. Maybe it'll kind of do one of these until the new release comes out, and then we'll see maybe another spike. And
All right, good answer, boys. Second last question. My Bedsy PC. What's up, brother? Good day, guys. How's it going? Two-parter for you. What card or cards do you regret selling or passing on? What card do you feel the most happiness for picking up? Oh, that's a great question. Doesn't have to be based on dollar value only. I'll go first. Bobby Orr Blue PMG. I passed on it. Josh bought it right after me. I kind of think about it. I mean, it's pretty carved up, but they're all carved up. So I think it was just too early. I spent already thousands of dollars, and I'm like, okay, slow down, Phil. But then Josh swooped in, casually strolled in. What card do I feel the most happiness for? So if I had to answer today, I am overjoyed. I'm giddy like a little schoolgirl about my Gordie Howe and Maurice Richard autographs lately. My missing links and my epic signatures. I can't stop picking them up and holding them and smiling. It's silly, but it's just like Gord held this card and signed it. Maybe he didn't hold it, but he definitely touched it to move it in front of him, and then we'll put his finger back. There's something very nostalgic and romantic about that. I love it. It makes those are the moments where I feel like a little kid at my 45 years of age. And I haven't had that feeling in a very long time. And I love how my cards are like when I got that Gordie Howe BGS I can't tell you, like I'm obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with my Gordie Howe and Richard and my Believos autographs. I really like them. That's it. Yeah. Josh, how about you?
I regret selling my Derek Bugard Future Watch Auto. I still don't understand why I did it. It was dumb. And my favorite card doesn't really change much. I always come back to my 2016-17 O-Pee-Chee Wayne Gretzky. I love that card.
That card I can vouch for this. That card makes Josh very happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have guessed that for you, I think. Troy, do you have a favorite card?
Yeah, so I'm not much of a seller. So there's only been a couple of cards that I've sold, and I've felt completely okay with selling them because they weren't anybody I was attached to. They weren't, anything that I'm like, damn, I really need that back. If anything, it was actually selling them at the right time before the player may have taken a dip.
Nice.
In terms of favorite cards, I know this is the Hockey Cards Gong Show, but I got to say, as a kid, growing up playing baseball, one of my favorite players was Vladimir Guerrero Sr. So this is Upper Deck.
This guy here.
This is an Upper Deck tie-in, though. This is an Upper Deck tie-in. It was 1999 SP Signature Edition on card Vladimir Guerrero. It was the hand-numbered gold version. I decided to grade it, and it came back a 10-10, and I still have it. And I will never, ever, ever sell that one.
Aw, that's a great story.
Love it.
That's awesome, man. Oh, my God.
Spamming the soundboard.
Yeah,
That's terrible. Terrible. Aw, you have your Montreal Expos card's your favorite. I love it. It's amazing, man. What? Are you waiting on me? What?
Yeah, you have one more question.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought we were done. I was like, why are you staring at me for? Okay, yeah. Last question. I'm sorry, base card Tom C. Well, the name's appropriate. Okay. In your opinion, who is the most universally collected player? I didn't even see this question.
It was a late edition.
Oh, that was a good show back in the day. Oh, early edition. Anyway, the newspaper, you got the future.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Inside edition?
I thought it was early edition.
I think it's inside.
I think it's inside edition.
Shut up, Troy. Okay. Wouldn't it be Gretzky? I mean, or Michael Jordan? Like, isn't it one of those two?
Yeah, I mean, Gretzky, hockey player would have to be, I think.
Yeah, Jordan, basketball. And what's baseball? Like Babe Ruth, I guess?
Actually, you know who I would say? Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah, that's a good guess.
Good call. Yeah, best swing in the world, man. Johnny Olerud was pretty close.
Love Johnny Olerud.
Yeah, I know. Why is he wearing the helmet? I don't get it. He had a brain aneurysm.
Thank you, Phil. Personal pickups, Phil.
Nothing.
Troy, did we ask you for personal pickups or no?
No, not this week. It's fine. We were all busy.
Troy's a loser. No personal pickups. Louis will save it for next show. And I'll save the day once again.
No,
I actually don't have a new card to show, but I do have a fancy new case.
Oh.
So a little while back, Brian Purett, who's an awesome person,
Oh, yeah.
offered to put one of my cards in the Mint G1 case. If you guys caught our interview with them, these cases are like $500 US. And when he offered, I had to spend a long time thinking like what card to send because I'm a baby dolphin collector. I don't have, you think you'd put like a $10,000 card in a minimum in a $500 case. But Brian just told me to pick a meaningful card. He said something that the value doesn't matter, which I thought was great advice. So I chose one of my favorite cards from my favorite set of my favorite player and got my 2012 Fleer Retro Mario Lemieux Blue PMG out of 50 encapsulated in the Mint G1 case. We're looking at the front on YouTube. And I'll bring this to Halifax if anyone wants to see it, but 99.9% of people, when they hold it, they're like, holy crap, is it heavy? It is super heavy. I actually weighed it. 12 ounces.
What?
It weighs in the case.
Yep.
It's almost a pound? That's crazy.
Almost a pound. It's crazy. Wow. And then I have a picture of the back too. Overall, the case is incredible. It's up to anyone if they want to, of course, spend $500 to get your card in any
12
case.
Ounces? Dude, that's crazy. Wow.
It's so heavy, dude.
Brian's a great guy, though. I've talked to
great.
Brian many a times. He's super nice guy.
So passionate. Like he legit loves. Yeah, it shines right through, man.
I got the grade. They have a grading option through NBA. It got a 7, which is fine. Yeah. I just kind of wanted to see the whole experience. But my favorite part of the case, though, is how all the card info and grade is on the side. So it keeps I got to get out of my light here. The focus on the card.
Yeah.
The card. You don't see any words. You just see, we're in a PSA slab or Beckett or any other company. There's the label and everything to distract you from the card. What I like most about this case, other than the materials and the heftiness of it, is that it really, truly makes the card the star. And so thanks to Brian.
Is it waterproof and fireproof?
Only one way to find
out. There's no way to open it. So
I feel very silly not asking him if it was fireproof and waterproof. At least waterproof, right? You get a flood.
Gotta have him back on.
Yeah. Well, maybe you have to have him back on the show.
I want to make top loaders that are fireproof. That can't be that hard, right? Cheap plastic that's fire retardant. Took me
I don't
a few
know.
years to say that properly. Yeah. That's why I enunciate clearly.
The biggest issue that I see with is that it's very fingerprinty. So you get like your cloth and you constantly have to. So I think I need like a stand for my card.
It's in a case there?
Yeah.
It's like the old Palm Pilot. Yeah, show me your Palm Pilot, Josh. Oh, there you go.
Palm Pilot, yes.
And then because it's so heavy, I wonder, maybe Louis brought this up too, like if you've ever dropped your iPhone in the driveway, if you drop this somewhere.
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
So I think you have to be careful with it.
You guys do you not drop I drop my phone at least 10 times a day.
Occasionally.
Is that not normal?
Like 10 times a week.
Should I have not said that then?
No, it's
No,
okay.
It's all right.
Trust circle.
Trust circle. All right. Thank you, boys. Good show today. Appreciate your contributions. If you like the episode, please leave a rating, review on Apple, Spotify, whatever podcast app you listen to us on. If you love the show, you want to support us, want to chat with us on the Hockey Cards Gongshow Discord server, please consider $5 a month donation. Join our $999 support level tier on Patreon. Link is in the show description or Instagram, TikTok profiles, and our website, hockeycardsgongshow.com, or Patreon's website, patreon.com, and just search for Hockey Cards Gongshow. We're on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. And boys, the Hockey Cards Gongshow podcast is a production of Dogbox Ventures, LLC. Baba Louie, take us out. Bye.
Yo, it's the Gong Show. We're dropping the facts. Hockey cards on fire. No holding us back. Josh looking sharp, the face of the scene. Feeling pork chop pants, rocking it clean. Baba Louie in the booth. He's the man with the plan. The best producer in all the land. Gong Show Nation, let's hit the flow. It's the Hockey Cards Gong Show. Let's go, let's go. Wanna say the men in show.
Now I know why tigers eat their young.